Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Maze Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like Maze said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart.
You gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that? Yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this thing.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
Reach the ruler. This is Week Ho Wednesday and tomorrow.
WIIFTBP.
Steve Stanton.
Let's reminisce, yeah. Woo. See, I remember the first day we met, a Thursday night at the club I'll never forget. Do you remember the words that I said? One night in my bed you'll never regret. And you, with your pretty brown eyes, I knew, baby, you would change my life. And you opened up my eyes to see I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Let's throw back to the day that we first met. Let's throw back, I never will forget. Let's throw back to when we fell in love. Let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Is it just me? Don't you miss those nights sexing on the beach, playing Isley Brothers in between the sheets? And now we're taking flights from London to Belize, and we're popping bottles, endless shopping sprees. Still sexy as can be. I knew you're still the only one for me. Yeah. I'm feeling lucky as can be. I'm excited for our future, but I love our history. Yeah. To the day that we first met, let's throw back. I really wanna know. Let's throw back. Let's go back. Fell in love. Let's throw back. Let's go. I wanna go. Oh, come on now. We were making love to the first time we let's reminisce of the whip. We were making love. Come on now. Let's throw back. Oh, all I wanna do is throw it back. That's all I wanna do. Come on now, let's throw back, babe. I wanna throw back, babe. Let's throw back, everybody. Let's throw back. If you love somebody, let's throw back. Talk about the love. Let's throw back, let's throw. I wanna throw back. Reminisce on how it used to be. Oh yeah.
Screen, crash system. Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Crescent moon, drops of cruising, old school music, old school to sing. Gotta make my way to you. Pull up on that ass like, oh, I wanna take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the Escobar, everywhere. I'll take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you down. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life.
Lake Shore, I made sure to make sure, yeah, that my place yours, yeah. 28th floor, yeah, had 8 thoughts, yeah, all 8 yours, yeah, cake for dessert, but I ate yours.
I wanna take you to New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, down all over London, Paris, the Escobar, everywhere, fly all over. Your last boy couldn't get what you asked for. Your last boy didn't even know. I'm gonna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you down. 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 I'm gonna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life. I wanna take you downtown. Show you all the kind of things in life.
Yo, who said devotion had to be said? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, shall not want. He made maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. Please. Please don't leave me now. Please don't leave me now. Please. From glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. From glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over
WIIFTBP.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to
travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Ruthie, you repping hard today. You got your Chanel. First of all, you making me feel like I got to go to the Perry store.
Oh, you always say this.
Because
you just wait till next week. You can get all the Perry you need.
You know what though, Ruthie? Can I tell you something? I'm not okay. I don't want to be bogus, but since they put the clamp down on what people can make, right? Since they done took all the trademarks and been like, yo, if your joint ain't Sigma approved, yo, we shutting you down. It's like the creativity is waning just a little. I feel like I need that to go. When you arrive at Conclave, when you go to, and y'all don't know, we talk about Conclave. Next week is my fraternity convention, national convention. So I'll be out there in Myrtle Beach, masked up with my face wrapped in an ace bandage. You gonna be like, I would be like the Invisible Man when I go, cause my whole face gonna be wrapped in a bandage. All you gonna be able to do is see like the little slits for my eyes, my nose thing. I'm gonna have a little cone on.
How they gonna know it's you?
Cause I'm gonna have on a fresh shirt like that say Captain Snap on the back.
Okay, so
I'm internationally renowned for my past, not my present, but for, like now the bros be like, oh, look at Brother Maze when I'm on, Sometimes when they don't be making me mad, I wear a pin. Like if I do national something, but like if the chapter done made me mad or something, I'd be like, I'm wearing, you know what? I'm gonna wear black people, I'm gonna wear a fist. So next week is Conclave, so I'm really starting to get excited. And Ruthie, you got on that.
So funny.
I want to get off the plane with the fresh gear so that the bros be like, man, Fred, where you get that from? And then, when you walk around the marketplace, when you walk around Sigma Marketplace, the Perry people be like, that ain't in the book. But you be the freshest, the fresh. And see, you got the freshest fresh. I might need you to tell whoever that is.
Listen though, I okay.
I know you be working your numbers, so I'll buy one though.
No shade, but I try to only support official vendors when I buy certain items.
So I do too, but I want one of them. I do. I pay my tithes. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I pay. You know what I think I'm gonna do though? I think I'm gonna finally go ahead and break down and pay my life membership.
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and, cause I want my number. So that when you go to, I should have did it before I went, so I could go and be like, excuse me, you can't sit there. That's my seat. That is reserved for life members. Thank you very much. Excuse me. No, I'm excited. Next week I'm gonna be out of here again, going to Myrtle Beach for my conclave. Ruthie is gonna be holding it down. She running the joint. She gonna be sitting in the ace chair, and then when I come back, then we gonna make the official chair switch. No, we're going to make the official chair switch. So you're going to go from the lion and the South Side map in the background to the Chicago Stars because you will officially
Hopefully we'll have somebody else by then.
You go to dang, you moving quick to replace Todd. Look at you.
No.
Look at Ruthie like look, Ruthie and Reese. You got the look, Reese already said, it's Friday. Did you change the title yet? No, Reese, I didn't get to it yet, but I got you.
I thought we had already agreed on it.
We agreed on what?
Todd was going 2 days and somebody else was coming in 3.
I know, but you already hired the person. He ain't even going yet. His 2 weeks ain't even in. Ruthie was like, yeah. So
you think he gonna put in 2 weeks?
He ain't even put in a week.
Exactly.
It take him like a week to get to 5 days. It take him like a month to get to 5 days in one. Let me stop. All right, y'all. Ruthie Moore is gonna be holding it down next week. DJ Reese the Ruler in the building. It's official, Reese. It's actually official. So on Monday morning, in the headline, you're gonna have to call Remy Steele yourself. You're gonna have to call him and ask him for the remix. Even though Young Sage has volunteered to come into the studio and sing a bunch of hooks and a whole bunch of stuff, we should set that up so we could be like, how like on the Time Joyner Show, they got, how they got like 50 versions of the Time Joyner Show and they sing it and it'd be like, it's the Time Joyner morning. We're going to have us, it's the Maze Jackson morning show, right? Then you going to be like, I'll read the ruler. Really going to be like, hey, don't forget about me. And we're going to have to be like, and we got to make this thing, we got to haze the person.
No.
Ruthie, I think this is what we got to do. I think that we're going to open up tryouts for the number 3 spot in the morning show, right? It's a 3-day-a-week spot. We're going to make it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Then it'll probably be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Then eventually it'll probably be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Todd will be a commentator. But if you are interested in sitting in or testing your mettle to find out what it would take to be a part of the Maze Jackson morning show, reach out to me. Hit me on the inbox. Hit me in the inbox. Does it gotta be you think we could, I don't know if I could do 2 women. Even though we're gonna give the opportunity out, I'm trying to open. So we're looking for these
hiring practices things already ain't fair. Already ain't fair.
Look, I was like, we're looking for men between the ages of. I can't say none of that, right? I can't say I want a man. I can't say how age. I can't say nothing. I can't have no requirements. So anybody that if you just woke up today, and look, and I don't. You could be. And let me do it correctly, right? Any man, woman, transgender, I don't know how that would work though. Because everybody's welcome.
Anybody should get a shot.
What's the point of being the boss if you can't discriminate? I'm just saying, and what's the point of being a black boss if you can't discriminate? Right? I do want to be and no white people can't apply. Nah. You can apply, but if your name is, give me some white people names, right? If your name is, you got to get some white people names because we're going to look at the resumes and we're going to have a hiring committee. And if your name is Herman, Herman, that's black. Ain't no white Hermans.
Peter or something.
Peter, right. If your name is Peter, Alex, Jim, right? We throwing your joint out.
William, but they call you Bill.
If you got if your name ends in a vowel, I'm sorry, but we just want them to apply. Everybody apply, but we want to make it and then when they call back, I'm sorry, he's not available, right? Shaniqua.
Now you discriminate against names.
Oh Lord, here we go. These damn millennial hiring practices. I ain't gonna get nobody. First of all, I'm gonna just tell y'all, it can't be 2 Ruthies, cause no, I'm just saying, y'all millennials put it. You be putting me through it, Ruthie. I had to go home and rethink my whole life yesterday. I'd be like, F them contracts. And then something to that effect. And then how about as soon as you get off the phone, my sister calls me and is like, you know what? I think Ruthie's right. F them contracts. I'm like, look, y'all got me Look, Ruthie had me here yesterday, and she was dead serious, yo. I was like, Ruthie, you can't. She like,
and I thought of some other examples.
No, I don't want to hear them. I can't take it. I can't take it.
Perspective. I just want your perspective. What do you think Kanye should be able to get out of his lifetime contract that he equated to like servitude? Like, what do you think about a situation like that? Should he be able to get?
I think he should be able to renegotiate. So, I think that we're in an era now where you already know they going. Like, you know that the whole, like, I feel like the era of the 1950 white dude putting his name on your songs and taking over is over, or it should be over, right? Like, there are certain things that we know. Now, I also know that when you get on, there's a price you pay. Mm-hmm. Now, and I think that there is a significant price that you pay for that. Because if I'm the person that develops you, brings you all the way on, and then you become this international star, I want a piece of that. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I should.
It ain't got to be all the way balanced, but it has to be a more balanced.
Yeah, I'm with that.
It's just contracts have been used in such an unequitable way.
So I'm going to say that that's like the gun and the person pulling the trigger. That's why I feel like it's different. Like, I try to write a contract so that we always just want to re-extend it. Right? Like, because it works for both of us. And I think back in the day, the game was, and particularly for black people, the game was use the contract to screw them. Right? Mm-hmm. And I think that was a learned process all the way through. So even, it's almost like every artist screws somebody and then they make it and then they use their time to screw the next person as to screw the next person. So if you look at like how like Baby and them got the deal and then they screwed all they artists and then they artists who was in the hole found new artists that they used to get themselves out of the hole, etc.
Diddy?
Yeah. All of the people.
The model is flawed.
100%. And so, but I don't think it's the contract. And I feel like there was a point in my life where I recognized that if I could keep my employees or keep my people and not have to start over, mm-hmm. every time, because I tried to get over and then they wake up. Right now, I always had to say, here's the reality of the cost. If you're making $15 an hour, like I would get a check for $20,000 a month. And if you ain't never seen a check for $20,000 a month, you like, whoa. But if you got 200 people, you got to divide that up through. Or 20, it's like it looked like a lot of times numbers that look big in the small business world mm-hmm. are not as big as they look. Mm-hmm. Right? And you don't get to keep it. And so I feel like I haven't been on the side of big business mm-hmm. where I'm just now getting to a point where it's all working out. Like where I'm not getting my butt kicked in business trying to tread water. So I don't know. I do think that contracts have been used to hurt people. I think my goal is to be in a space where we find mutual benefit in each other. Mm-hmm. Right? Where there is a benefit for you and me being together that you, whether it's realized through me or it's realized through you and you self-actualize it. And so I don't think I try to get over on people anymore. Now, I will be shrewd and I will protect myself. And I do also sometimes look at, like if you across the table from me and you trying to out-businessman me, then okay, let's get at it, right? Let's put the lawyers in the room. But if you sitting at the table and you Ruthie and you like, yo, I just want to do my show, I want to make my money and be off, I'm going to be like, okay, here's what I think is fair for you. Here's what I think is fair for me. Do you agree? You might say, nah, I want more points here. I don't want more points there. Mm-hmm. But I hope that I never want the contract to be the reason that we have a issue. If that makes sense. I'd rather have a contract, and even if we disagree with the contract, you call me up and say, Maze, I'm not feeling that. And I say, okay.
I think that's the art of doing business in a way. And it's about how do you do business? And I think that oftentimes we live in a world where business is not done, I don't want to say ethically, but remember how we talked about how people can't necessarily do handshake deals in today's society. Like
some people can.
But
the people we're accustomed to.
Well, you just only do it with certain people,
right?
And I think that when you are able to sort of identify and cultivate those relationships, it's important to make sure that you do business in a certain way, because everybody can't do business with each other. And that's why they say, like, when you put money into relationships, they just
because people deal with money differently.
Exactly. And I think it's a difficult conversation that I think people don't always want to have, because money is what runs the world.
I agree.
It's what runs the world, and it has ruined many a relationship.
I hate money conversations, honestly.
It's
I
not-
used to
it's not
push that.
easy.
That's why I try to push that to the attorneys and be like, let the attorneys deal with that, because I don't want us to, they can go haggle and be mad. And I'd be like, don't tell me every step that happened. I don't want to hear what they said. And how could, y'all talk about that. Get me to the numbers and why it makes sense. And we get the deal done.
See, so I've just gotten to the age and the financial position to have the luxury to do something like that. Like the average everyday person can't necessarily do that, because.
But you put in time, energy, effort, and work to get there.
Yes. So it's the on the getting there part where a lot of people got with contracts.
But it's also, so I always say that it's not necessarily that you got. You had to pay interest. You had to pay a higher interest rate until you got to a point where your numbers was right. Because again, to become Kanye, you can have all the beats in the world, but if nobody hears them, if I don't put you on stage, if I don't give you the opportunity to monetize yourself, because even with all of the money that I'm taking from you, you are still a billionaire, and you are a billionaire based off of all of that foundational stuff that happened. Now, should I get paid throughout perpetuity? Yeah, because I was the person that went out, mined the gold, dug it, shined it up, put it up there. Now, do I get to eat at the same level forever? No. But that's where your mom and I agree with you on the lawyer. Well, no, but I'm saying I agree with the premise, but I also tell people, like, if you starving, like I don't always care about the interest rate. I care about the need. Sometimes when I'm in business, I'll pay a higher interest rate that I know I'm getting robbed on, but I'm making money faster than that interest rate. So if I'm making money faster than that interest rate, I'll work at another time to get it down, but I'm making money faster than that. So if I'm paying 25% or 50% interest, which is outlandish, but I'm making 200 times that number, guess what? Yes, I am in a rape robbery deal, but I'm making so much money that I can afford to pay for it. And then when I get my lawyer, I'm going to send his ass back to come get you. Look, y'all, I want to welcome the WBGX audience to the Maze Jackson Show. We are having Ruthie said F them contracts yesterday.
No,
and
we talking about the art of doing business and how it's changed in today's society. And I think that's an important conversation.
You know what? Well, maybe we'll have that. We could throw everything away because it is Friday and we're gonna do our thing. This is the Maze Jackson Show, so we want to welcome you to WBGX 1570 AM audience, as well as the Tune In app audience. Everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and all of them fancy newfangled things. We want to welcome you all here today. We got a lot to talk about. I want to make this more of a fun show, lighten it up a little bit. So we're going to talk about a few things. Also, I want to think of, I'm doing my Chicago bests right now. I want to know the Chicago all-time bests of whatever category. All time. In your life that you can remember, what was the best restaurant in Chicago, best black restaurant in Chicago of all time, right? Who is the best black businessman, the best black politicians? No, I'm saying of all time.
Wait, are you naming yourself as the best black businessman?
No, hell no. Not even close.
Are you allowed to put yourself in any of these categories?
You are allowed to put yourself in any category you want to.
You.
I'm not putting I don't fit in any of them.
Okay, so you're not running.
So I don't feel like there's way too many. Now, if there was a social media category, I could probably put myself in the pioneer. Maybe not the best, but in a pioneering space where, again, if you go all the way back to when live stream first came out and we had the Talk It Out show with Maze and Monique, we were broadcasting live before Facebook or anybody even had a live. Trying to combine the radio combo with that. So I could say I could put myself in some pioneer categories, but not in the best of all time. Maybe of some of y'all eras. Maybe I might, like, if we said the best social media though show, don't know if any like regular. I don't know if anybody could beat me. Not numbers wise. I don't. Not numbers and consistency. You know I would do that Jay-Z. Most number one out. No, I'm gonna stop. Anyway, look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Reed's like, I'm beating this mug naked next week.
Please don't read.
Oh yeah, it is the Maze Jackson.
I'm gonna do it without it. Watch.
You know what though? Can I tell you what?
Yeah.
And then if and when you do, I will be proud of you, right? Like there has to be a standard, right? There has to be something to. I'm probably not gonna be the Jordan, right? I'll probably be like the Oscar Robertson or the Bill Walton, not the Bill Walton, Bill Russell, right? And then there are young people that are already in the space, right? That are doing their thing. I think the format in which I use and the timing and in this space. But Reese, can I tell you what? My goal is to be oftentimes the least important person in the room or the least smart. I want to be in the room. I don't mind directing the room, but I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I would like to be in a room where everybody else can push and everybody else can challenge and everybody else can sharpen our swords because my goal is for us to get to the top. And if I can assemble the best team, right? Like I just want a GM. I would love to come sit down in my mic, do my thing, and poof, be gone and just worry about the business of it. So no, I'm always happy for young people that climb and aspire and get to higher levels. Always.
And Ruthie, why you ain't tell us it was Perry Friday? You know, I would. You know, if that's what we got to do now. He could have rocked his thing.
My bad. I didn't know we had.
Y'all know I can still wear my jacket that I cross jacket.
I didn't know we had it. We wanted to do a theme.
Oh, well, see, the thing is, Reese want to do it when Todd ain't here though, because Todd, we'd be asking Todd when he crossed to him like, it's not even funny. It's no big deal. You guys, you're just fine.
He was made, man. He forgot, man.
They made him so hard that they knocked it out his head, huh?
Yeah,
they knocked it.
On next week, Maze, wear some really like
I don't really have
Perry.
it.
I know you got some.
I got some throwback Perry, but
yeah, wear some.
Yeah, maybe.
It's conclave week.
That's why I'm fresh now. Like so there's two types. Remember when you was a youngin', you had all the shirts. Then when you become old, you don't really have a lot of Perry right now. And so essentially I usually buy something, and besides like my jacket, right? Mm-hmm. It's like I ain't give me 20 things. So I don't have a lot. But I might wear my Sigma jacket from September 1st, 1990. I could still fit it. It was actually when we didn't wear things big, so it's kind of weird. Look, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. Let's get a song. Well, we ain't gonna even have time for a song. Reese, get a couple of spots in there, then do some traffic news and weather, and then let's come on back. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Maze, Ruthie, and Reese. And then when we come back, we will get the soul plane up and some headlines and the social media question of the day. Because Ruthie still got me. I'm just telling y'all, when she said no more contracts, I was like, huh? Please don't let these people I know please don't let these people that send these checks be hearing Ruthie talk. They be like, Ruthie said no more contracts. Because you do know that people that I do work with.
Even a social media question.
Ruthie, I'm just telling you though. People.
And that ain't even. It has,
do you know I get phone calls about what you say?
There are contexts.
I get phone calls, people like, Maze. And it ain't even Reese.
Context.
Hey, Maze, doesn't Ruthie know she's going to be rich one day?
Listen, let me tell you something. Full disclosure, I execute contracts, services agreements, things like that all the time. Uh-huh. But I still have my stance on the unequitable nature of the historical way that contracts have been used.
That's why we changed them. We doing it for the Cold Crush, for what they did to the Cold Crush. That's why I write a contract. I be like, hey, you got to pay the white tax. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We will be back. Maze and Ruthie and Reese in the building.
WIIFTBP.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one. You got a couple of them. Got two T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord.
I got one. Something better. I got 5 reasons.
5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around.
Turn it around. He woke me up this morning.
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this.
Go
Number
ahead.
4.
He woke me up this morning.
Come on, number 3. Come.
He woke me up.
Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you.
I'm
One
telling
of
you.
them 5s will get you. What's the second one?
He woke me up this morning.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my God.
And the number 1 reason.
Number 1. Final answer.
He woke me up this morning.
He woke me up this morning.
That's a testimony.
That's a testimony.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:42 a.m. and I am Reach the Ruler with your Chicagoland area weather, sports, and traffic update. In sports, White Sox in action against the Royals in Kansas City to end a 4-game series. Royals Carlos Humendez pitches a scoreless 6 innings as the Sox failed to get on board and lose 5-0. Cubs at Wrigley also ended their 4-game series against the Reds. Joey Valido was too much as he continued his streak and recorded a Reds record 6 straight games with a home run. Cubs lose 7-4. Now on to traffic. On the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop, 22 minutes, outbound to O'Hare, 18. On the Eden, from Deerfield to the Exchange, 28 minutes both ways. Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, also 29 minutes both ways. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 32 minutes, outbound will be 30. Bishop Ford, from I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 32, 28 minutes back out to I-80. On the Dan Ryan, 17 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive from 55th to Jackson will be 7 minutes. Jackson to 55th will also be 7 minutes. On the north side, from Bryn Mawr to Randolph will be 8 minutes. From Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8 minutes. In today's weather, it is currently 66 and will be mostly Sunday. Expect a high of only 72 with a low of 64. I'm Reach the Ruler. Now back to Ruthie and Mays on the Mays Jackson Show.
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for Black people in the world.
Church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays, it's Sonia, and Ruthie, and Todd. explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve on.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show, and the social media question of the day is, why did Ruthie say F them contracts?
That is not the social media.
I see it right here.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Maze, you ain't even right. Because you know we just talked about this on a break, had resolved it, moved on.
No, you got to tell the people then. If not, ain't not resolved. Because they was whooping on me. They was whooping me yesterday. Ruthie, right. She is right. F them contracts. I'm around here like, okay, when you go back to Best Buy and take that contract, when you got that service contract and be like, give me my new computer, they gonna be like, F that contract.
That's not what I was talking about.
Ruthie around here talk social media question of the day. Should we F these contracts? No, I'm just joking. All right, y'all. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Let's do this first of all. Reese, get us up to 60,000 feet because the soul plane has got to get up, and away. You got to be ready with the soul plane, dog. You know what though?
When I be ready, y'all don't never be ready. Like boom.
Reese. It's this how it work, right? You got to look at you got to be ready. You just got to have it. You got to have its own little thing.
Be ready.
You or put it on the road, and then you could just be like, Reese, like, look, I know what I'm doing. Look, let me tell you. Hey, you ever tell?
Good when the airplane that wasn't on the road.
See, I'm just telling you. See, I ain't be like, Ruthie. I'm gonna tell you. See, y'all millennials, y'all know everything. It's like I be like, hey, if you tell Reese, I be like, hey Reese, I was like, he be like, yeah, I knew that already. You remind me of my son, cause my son, if I tell my son, hey, I was thinking that E equals MC squared, he's like, yeah, I knew that already.
No, see, Maze asked me something, and then I be like, yeah, I can do it, and then he give you that look like, yeah, sure you can, and then I come in here and do it, you know, I be like, he be like, oh, okay, I be like, yeah.
No, I think I got much faith in Reese. I do. I'm telling you. Once I found out Reese slept in the car, so he wasn't gonna be late. It's like you on the all-time fly list, right? You on the all-time fly list. Yesterday, I literally was telling Tennille, no BS. I said, you paying how much? You better call Reese. I was like, Reese would be the perfect person to do that with you, and I bet you he'll be on point, on time. Do what? Now he'll get there 5 minutes before. So don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. You'll be looking out the window. You'll be like, he'll come walking right up right before and be like, hey, I parked around the corner.
You better believe it in the lot.
I had to park in the lot. I had to circle a couple times and find the parking lot, but I will be there. So I'm not tripping. But I was just telling her yesterday. So you don't be surprised you get a ring on your phone. Good stuff happening. Hey man, let me tell y'all something though. When I toss y'all an opportunity, real talk, I gotta say this. It ain't for me. It's for you. Like, I'm straight. I want to be 100% clear. Because a lot of times people, when I say, hey, yo, they be, you know how black people be like, what you doing? I don't got no ulterior motives. Because that's all I mean. And I'm going to say this, and then I don't mean this in any type of bad way, but I did feel, I really don't there's not a lot individually that people can do for, I don't need a lot from people. Does that make sense? Is that fair to say? Like, I don't need a lot from people. So if I'm trying to do something with you, it means that I mess with you for real. Because I don't need nothing from you. There's nothing you can bring me. There's nothing that you can do for me that I can't really do for myself or buy for myself. So I want you to understand that realistically, even if I get it wrong, my intentions are pure because, like, what do I need from you? Except, don't you take that, Ruthie. Don't you say that, because Ruthie be like, I ain't got it. Well, I won't be here on Monday. What you mean? You don't need me to be here. You don't need me to be here. I'll show you. No. So, for the most part, right? And it's like, so I want y'all to know, like, if somebody call you and they say, yo, May said, now, if you making a lot of money, I am going to say, yo, cuz.
You know who got you here, right?
Yeah, right. I am. Because I don't think that we understand reciprocity. And that's oftentimes how the thing stops.
Business talks 101. I think business etiquette and business code of conduct it's learned. I think it's learned behavior, and who is teaching it and what does it look like? Just that simple concept of reciprocity in that way. Like, who's telling people, who's teaching the art of how to do business with your people?
And it's funny because I think there's so many things that I like take personal offense to. And I think then I'd be like you ain't like, yo, cuz I literally just gave you a $250,000 contract that you had no clue was coming nowhere. And you're going to make at least $100,000 on it. You could at least call me and say, hey, can I take you to Chicago Cut? Or take you to Truth or whatever. And at that dinner, you should be like, hey, man.
Order what you want.
No, you should be like, and here's your finder's fee. Right? Because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to look for the next time when now, if you don't, I'm going to be like, shoot, that didn't do me no good. I'm glad to see you do your thing. Now, and it's not always that way. Because if it's $100 deal, I don't want nothing. Right? If you made a couple $100, ain't nobody trying to say, yo, you got to take me. But I do think that we don't understand. Like, you ever get a surprise or a bonus or something, and you be like, oh, for that? Oh, well, next year, you pay for that? Next time, let me know. And then I be sitting on 20 of them. 20 people want to do the same thing. You be like, oh, yeah, I think that we oftentimes are doing business at subsistence levels. And we also can I tell you, Ruthie, for like the first 10 years of doing contracts, I was impressed with the number, not the math to get to the number. So if somebody said to me, yo, I'm gonna pay I got $100,000 for you to do this. There's nothing in the world I couldn't do for $100,000. Right? Until you realize that, okay, I gotta buy a truck, which means I gotta pay $50. I got to pay somebody to drive it at $20 an hour for X number of hours. And then that $100,000 dwindles and you like, man, I had $100,000. And so I think there's so many dynamics to doing business, owning business, working at businesses, etc., that it's easy to it's easy to not understand the misconceptions until you like when you say, oh, he printed an extra copy. And he got an attitude because he printed one, right? I mean, he now prints front and back instead of because all of those things start to add up and and when you see somebody be like, oh, they go into the printer and they take a sheet of paper out the printer and be like, oh, I'm going to write a note on it. You be like, my dude, that was 8 cents, right? And so I think oftentimes in these conversations, if you haven't had the responsibility of actually owning a business. And I'm not talking about being a solopreneur, right? I'm not talking about, yo, I got my computer and I could do I'm talking about when you got a payroll, you got staff, you got supplies. When people come in and say, how come it ain't no water, right? Like when there's lights, that's not in your home budget, right? When there's rent due, that's not the rent that's where you live. All of those different things play a role and factor into, right? And so it's like I often feel like when I'm having these conversations, I'm sometimes having them in a vacuum, and I don't want to be the bad guy because I feel like even the reason I'm in business a lot of times is to try and create opportunities for us. It's much easier. I will tell you, my life was much easier when I was only concerned about me, right? Because you ain't got to worry about attitude. You ain't got to worry about... No, I mean, I'm saying, like... think about you got to do business, but you got to think about how people gonna come in the morning, right? Like you got to think about, man, what's the pressure that's going on to all of these other things that it just turns into a personalities, right? Like you decide you want to feel a certain way today. Why do I? And I have to mold my actions around your attitude because my business depends on you. Yeah, no, I'm just telling you, it's a lot to be in a business owner. Okay. And then, so when somebody say, F them contracts, you'll be like, oh, Jesus, what do I have to hold on to in this world? I'm just saying, I'll be like, whew. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
We have Ruth, I'm just telling y'all, though. Y'all
That
know
was
this.
not the social media question.
It was
of
the
day.
social media question.
I just want everybody to know
You can't
that.
see. I'm going to cut your camera off. You can't see. Anyway, can I tell y'all, because yesterday, Ruthie Moore leaves here, like, promptly. She promptly leaves. Like, Ruthie be like, all right, y'all, see you, Reese. We can't even, you can't even get I ain't even got the broadcast over. Ruthie gone. She stopped and paused at the door. She took a bag off her shoulder and was like, no, F them contracts. I was like, I went home disturbed, and then I pick up the phone, and then, so Tennille calls, right? And so Tennille calls right after you, and I'm like, at least I got some relief. Tennille gonna be like, she was like, Ruthie, right, F them contracts. I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, help me. And then I had cut Dante off, so I was all type of, right? People like, look, I get home, Carrie like, so what did the man with the song do? He didn't do what? Cause she was like, I mean, what? Did you ask him to come? You know, Carrie be trying to find. I said, no, F them. Ruthie said, only promote the people that promote you.
I said,
Ruthie got everybody fired yesterday,
no, I
dog.
said, hype the people up that hype you up.
Same thing. My interpretation, fire the people that don't fire you. No, I'm just joking. So yesterday it was a really interesting day, and my mind was a little scrambled. But I did go home yesterday with a little, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all mean to tell me ain't nobody came? I started going through my list like, wait a minute, we're going to be playing all Facebook music in a minute. Because I was like, I don't think nobody done came here. We're going to be like, hesitate. So, at 7 o'clock today, we'll be playing Hesitate.
I don't think nobody else has really been asked or tapped like that.
Now, they all showed up for Dawn's show during the live broadcast.
That counts.
Y'all, did y'all notice that? I'm going to say this. This is funny, though. Because I just got to say this. I'm going to tell you this. Because, y'all, I was like, so it was the 1 year anniversary. And it was all super bummed. I was like, man, we going to have a live band. We going to have shows. I was like, hey, Dawn, what time is the people going to perform? So I can't get nobody to confirm the exact time. Dawn, what time will the bands be here? What time will the people play when the people play what they play? I had Remy Steele. Shout out. So, you know, I really can't talk too much smack because Dawn broke all the artists. So she does have a music show. But, you know, I was having my time during the moment like, it's going to be bad, it's going to be live. Then I had Tyrone Tate called me and say, because I had the band learn everybody's songs. So they was doom, 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 doom. They was ready to play. Tyrone Tate, I can't come, man, I got to work. Okay. All right, that's cool. So, you know, I got Ness. I got Loch Ness Monster. You know, I'm ready for the They had the They was playing on the guitar and everything. They was ready. Ness texted me. Hey, man, my appointment running a little bit late. I'm not going to be able to make it. Dang! That's okay. Remy Steele, Young Sage come. Then they get the janky mic.
Ooh.
Do it again. But it come off and it's like the live performance. So I walk out the door. So show over, you know, like I walk out the front door to go get some air. It's 10 artists lined up. 9 o'clock. They like, we was at 9. I was like, what? You know I'm the star of this damn show. It was 10. I was like, you know, it's too early to do the Maze Jackson show. I was like, dang. That's right, though, because Dawn did break all the music, and, you know, Dawn is the outlet. But you know me, right? You know, I be looking like, but it was the greatest. Can I tell y'all what? I'm ready to do another live broadcast, because The ladies in the front row with the bottle who tried to get me drunk at 5:50. No, Ruthie.
It was dark liquor?
Ruthie, they had a fifth of, was it rum? I think it was rum, and it was coconut rum or something. They was at 5:50
a.m.
Look, and I was dodging them the whole. They was in the front row. Mace, here go your shot. You take it for me, baby. You take it. Can I tell y'all what? We had so much fun. You know what? The next one, we doing it at TP. We gonna broadcast live at TP to kick off the new season. We got so much to talk about. Look, it is the Mace Jackson Show. And the social media question one more time for the day. Why did Ruthie say F them damn contracts? It's crazy, man. Do y'all say F them contracts too? Man, make me nervous. Why are you looking at me like that, Ruthie?
Because that is not the social
That is what it say.
question of the
Prove
day.
it. That's what it say. That's what it say on my paper. All right, y'all. This is the Mace Jackson Show. We want to thank you all for tuning in. We're going to be back next week. No, just joking. We'll be back after this break. Reese is thinking like, dang, what do I play now? We got some traffic, some weather, and we are going to be changing our 7 o'clock song. So all of that plus more when we come back. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We will tell y'all some headlines. Plus, y'all got to get y'all list together. We're going to open up the phone lines because I want to know Chicago's all-time bests. Like all time. What was the best black things of Chicago of all time that you can remember? I got to put Funtown on there, even though I only went once, because the commercial was the best. All right, we'll talk about it more when we come back. It's the Mace Jackson Show.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Peace, everybody out there. What's going on? This is Eugene McIntosh, one half of the illest independent sports media outlet in the whole entire land, the Bigs. Check me and my player partner, Terrence Tomlin, a.k.a. T-Tom the Great, out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. on What's in It for the Black People Media Network.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Oh, baby. I mean, I know that you're here with me and everything, but since you just left a few hours ago, I've just been going crazy. And I done come to realize one thing. Oh, baby, I miss you. Yeah. Oh, baby, oh, darling. Whoa, 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 whoa. Your love must be some kind of drug, baby. 'Cause it just keeps on calling me, calling me. And I just need a hit of your love. It's got me shaking and feeling for your touch. Baby, of you I can't get enough. It feels like I done OD'd on you, babe. I'm addicted for you. Can't stop loving, 'cause I you, babe. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. This must be love. 'Cause I can't get enough of your love. I'm so addicted. Can't stop. I need you right now, baby. 'Cause I'm so addicted to you. You're always on my mind, my mind, my mind, every day. It's been too long since I had you in my arms, and I don't know if I can take any more of being without you. Even though it's only been an hour, it feels to me just like forever. And I am hoping that I can see you soon. See you soon. I'm so addicted. Lord have mercy. I can't be without you, baby. Oh no, not for a minute, not for an hour. I can't get enough. I'm so addicted. Woo. I need to check myself into some kind of rehab. 'Cause I need some help. Somebody help me, please. Please. Ooh. La 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 la. I need to testify this evening. Oh Lord, have you ever loved somebody so much that you just can't get them off your mind? Oh, I'm so addicted. Oh Lord, 'cause I can't stop loving you, my baby. Oh darling, oh darling, I love you, I love you. This must be love. I've been overdosed on your loving. Can't stop loving you. I've done overdosed on my baby. So addicted to you. Without you, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Ooh, I'm addicted.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:08 a.m. and I am Reach the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports weather and traffic update. In sports, the Chicago White Sox was in action against the Royals in Kansas City to end their 4-game series. Royals' Carlos Mendez pitches a scoreless 6 innings as the Sox fall to get on board and lose 5-0. The Cubs were at Wrigley Field yesterday, also ending their 4-game series against the Cincinnati Reds. Joey Votto was too much as he homers and records a Reds record for 6 straight games with a home run. Cubs lose 7-4. In traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop, 26 minutes outbound to O'Hare 17. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 32 minutes, Exchange to Deerfield 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 36 minutes, back out to Thorndale 29. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, 42 minutes, outbound will be 33. Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 32. 29 minutes back out to I-80. On the Dan Ryan, 16 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes to 95th. DuSable Lakeshore Drive, 55th to Jackson, 7 minutes. Jackson to 55th, also 7 minutes. Randolph to Bryn Mawr, 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr to Randolph, 9 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 67 and will be mostly sunny. Expect a high of 72 with a low of 64. I'm Reese the Ruler, and that was your Chicagoland area sports weather and traffic update. Now back to Ruthie and Maze on the Maze Jackson Show.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You won't have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to Senate. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time.
How y'all doing?
I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie, MFing them contracts more. And y'all, we got some special guests on the line. Give me a hot second because I'm trying to get it all the way together. But on the live line, we are going to be, I don't know if you all saw the story last week, or actually this week, of the young lady who was in Dolton. Oops, I think I messed it up. All right. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. The story of the young lady from Dolton who was in the drive-thru at Baba's and wound up dead. Shot by police. You know what? I don't even want to mess around with the story. So here, what I did was I got one of our most reliable resources and sources in Chicago, Brother Joe Williams, reached out to me yesterday and said, "Hey, Maze, we'd love to tell the story of what happened or what we're going through. And I would like to bring the father of the young lady on the show as well." All right, hold on. Y'all got to get stationary, brother. Y'all moving around. I need y'all to get somewhere low, cool. Live on the show, we have Mr. Joseph Williams and Mr. Alonzo Wilson. Now, Joe Williams is the cousin of the young lady who was murdered, and Alonzo Wilson is her father. And I just would rather let them tell us the story of what happened. So I'm going to throw the mic to Joe. Joe, welcome to the Maze Jackson Show. How you doing this morning, brother?
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Definitely appreciate you having us on today. And it's actually sister because it's my wife's sister, so it's my sister. It's actually my sister.
Oh my
And
God, I'm sorry, brother. I'm
yeah,
sorry. So talk to us, and then along with you, we have Alonzo Wilson. Alonzo, tell everybody what your role is and who you are exactly as well, please.
I'm Alexa's father, and the role is to get justice.
There it is. All right, Joe,
Absolutely.
do us a favor. Tell us from your understanding what exactly happened 2 nights ago in Dolton at the Baba's.
yeah, no. So the same thing that I say every time I start now is that she was not only physically assaulted that night, but ultimately they ended up murdering her. So but the story in particular, I mean, so many folks have heard so many different narratives from news outlets and everything, and I can tell you right through the door that with this story in particular for that night, her food order, she actually had the chance to order her food. The food
Stop. So
order
let me
was
stop. Let me do something real quick. Let me just set this up because I think we jumped into it.
yeah,
2 nights ago, Miss Alexis Wilson, did I get that right?
you got it.
Alexis Wilson was in the drive-through at the Baba's in Dolton. Apparently, there was some sort of disconnect regarding the order. The police were called. The Dolton police were called. They and were told, I believe, that the young lady had a gun in the car. And so when the police arrived on the scene, they descended on the scene, told them both to get out of the car. She was with a young man. The young man proceeded to get out of the car. She did not get out of the car. The police then tried to make her get out of the car. I believe the police officer said that he reached inside of her car to get her keys, at which point the car lunged forward. They assumed that with the car lunging forward, they were using the vehicle as a vehicular weapon, and they shot in the car and killed the young lady. Now I gotta go back because this is where I'm lost. I don't know what could have possibly happened in a drive-through that leads to the death of a young lady. Now, I'm a little confused on that component of it. Now, there was some allegation, or at least I saw in the stories, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm only going to tell you what I saw on the news and read. They said that the young lady was partially clothed, so she did not want to get out of the car necessarily, or at least that's what I heard. So that's the story. Now we have the father and the brother of Alexis Wilson here to tell us what is happening, what is going on. In full disclosure, I also reached out to the village of Dolton, their spokesperson, Sean Howard, to get his take on the story, because I did see him on the news, and I wanted to make sure that everybody had an opportunity to speak. He told me that he could not talk because the Illinois State Police were investigating. Now, fellas, take it away.
All right.
Joe.
Let me know when I can speak.
Well, Zoe, actually, Matt, I'd love to start off with you, Zoe.
Right. So let's let the father speak.
Here we go. Now, I got a call that my daughter was deceased, right? I got a call that she was murdered. The police came to the house and they said, your daughter was murdered. I said, well, what happened? They said shots fired and it was a crash. I said, did she hit somebody's car and they get out and shot her? You know, this Chicago. So I'm thinking all type of crazy stuff. So they said, sir, all we could tell you is it was shots fired and a crash and your daughter didn't make it. So this whole time I'm thinking some guy on the street killed her because of an accident. Find out through the news that the people that came to tell me that my daughter was deceased was the ones that murdered her.
What?
Now,
Wait. Back up.
Yeah, it's getting real, right?
Well, your daughter, did they use the words murder?
No.
Okay, they came to you. So 2 police officers show up to your house and
Yes.
tell you that your daughter has been killed. There
Yes.
was shots fired. They don't know what happened. So did they play like they didn't know what was happening at the time and that this was just something that they heard?
That's what I'm telling you. They said, I said, who killed my daughter? Sir, we don't know. All we could tell you is there was shots fired and a crash, and your daughter didn't make it. That's what they said. They didn't say, sir, sorry to tell you, there was an altercation with the law enforcement, but you know, nothing. They act like they didn't know who killed my daughter. You know how I found out my daughter was dead? On the news. I was getting calls like, hey man, I think that's your daughter. Now, let's rewind. The news came out with a clip saying that my daughter was 23 years old. She was irate because the restaurant was closed, right? And she had a gun. What's the 3 narratives? Blacks, guns, irate. That's the narrative, right? So I still don't know that my daughter is dead at this time when the news is released. Now, I'm like, okay. I call the police station, they hang up. I finally get somebody because they see I'm not gonna stop calling. So I say, look, now I already seen the news, and I don't want to get into too much. I saw the news. I asked him certain questions that I saw on the news. He said he didn't know anything about that. Now, who told them my daughter was 23 years old when she was 19? Who told them my daughter had a gun when there was no gun found? Now, my daughter ordered her food on DoorDash. That's what it's called, I hope. DoorDash or whatever it's called. I'm not I don't order online. This the young thing, you know. She got there. They didn't have her order. She was going back and forth with teenagers her age. Her age. So imagine what was being said. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
These is kids. They going back and forth. F you. That's what they do. So my daughter pulls around and she's showing them the cell phone where she ordered her DoorDash. How I know, can't say. Now, she's showing them her order. Bam, they closed the window on her. So she proceeds to hit the window with a stick. Now, the people, they start arguing again. Now, they tell my daughter, okay, ma'am, we'll get your food. My daughter's sitting there waiting on her food. And the next thing you know, cops pull up with guns drawn. Now, let me tell you how my daughter dressed before all this. My daughter dressed like she was a stripper. Like every young girl I see on the street. And I'm not disrespecting our queens and our daughters, but that's what they do. They follow the rappers, they follow the media, and they dress like that. My daughter got out of bed. Now, mind you, it's 12:30 in the morning. She had on some boy shorts, and a halter top. Now, okay, she was dressed like her daddy wouldn't want her to be, but how many daughters dress like their daddy don't want them to dress? What you gonna do about it? So whatever she was doing had nothing to do with the way she was dressed. And even if she didn't want to get out the car because she was dressed like that, you got to respect that. She's talking to you through the window. Now, she's telling them, hey,
take your
you
time,
should be
brother.
here helping me. They stole my money. She's showing the cell phone, and then other events happen that I really can't get into right now, but they started to, let's just say, they started to abuse my daughter before she drove off. She didn't drive off to use the car as a weapon. She drove off because she was being assaulted. And that will be shown. No doubt in my mind. She was being beat like a dude on the street. You'll see.
Absolutely.
And that's all I can really say.
First of all, let me say this to you, brother Alonzo. First of all, my heart. So I have a 21-year-old daughter who, honestly, I don't always agree with how she dresses either. But I'm going to tell you like this. That is no excuse at all. You don't have to apologize for any of that. That's nothing that you have to justify to us. That's nothing that you have to justify to the world. There is nothing in the world that should equate to going to pick up your meal at a drive-thru in which a person winds up dead. Period. Point blank. Nothing. If y'all can't figure out, if you cannot figure out how to resolve that ain't even a $20 meal. If you can't figure out, if in the midst of all of that, you can't figure out how to de-escalate that, I got questions, yo. I got real questions, and I gotta understand what was happening in this space. Joe, I'm gonna throw the mic to brother. I just gotta tell you, my heart goes out to you. I literally have a 21-year-old daughter, and brother, I can't go as far, but I can tell you that it is very difficult for us as fathers once they reach a certain age to tell them how to dress and what. But even at that does not take away from the amount of love, concern, the fear that we have every time they walk out the door. And I listened to you tell the story, and your instant thought was, first of all, nobody thinks that when your child leaves out the door, that the person that you have to worry about is the police, right? Like what we do, and it's an unfortunate reality. But it's like we're so busy worried about our children in an interaction, in a car crash or a stop where you feel like anything could happen, and the people that are there to fix it wind up committing the murder. Now, the other part that's a little problem for me is that the cops that did it came to your house. Now, to me, that's a double kind of thing. Like, that's one of them, that's almost like TV-like.
Now, wait. I'm not going to say the cops that shot the bullets.
Okay.
But the police, the Dolton police came to my house. So whether it was the ones who killed her or not, they knew they were lying in my face. They knew they lied to me on the phone. They knew they lied. I had to get a lawyer to get answers, and I still ain't got the answers I need.
Let me ask you this, and so please, God, because you know we go out to all these places and there's tape. Please tell me y'all that before they went into Baba's or anything else, y'all got the tape. Please tell me, and if anybody try to tell us it ain't no tapes, we know that the Arabs tape every damn thing. Please tell me that there's tape.
This what I could tell you. The truth is there.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying, bro?
I do. What is known What is known need not be said. We don't want you to jeopardize. Don't stop.
Right.
You can stop right there. Stop right there.
There you go.
Stop
There you
right
go.
there. You stop right there. Because what we not going to do is mess you up at all. Joe, talk to me.
There you go. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I think Alonzo just pretty much said everything that really needed to be said. I'll say one piece is that when they did come to the door and lie about everything, they also needed the car for evidence, and they never told the family anything in that very beginning why they needed the car in particular. So they had family sign over, the car to them without even giving them all of the factual information of what just had happened to their baby. So that was one thing that I saw to be a problem. I think another was that the 911 call that went in from Baba's. They literally made a false 911 call because of an argument that they had a disagreement about going back and forth, but they made a false 911 call, which eventually had these officers come out there. And then I just agree with you when you talk about the de-escalation from even using a taser to so many other things they could have did instead of taking this baby life, but they sat here and went to the extreme with. I mean, not only were they trying to pull out the vehicle, you're also going to see a little clip that's circulating on CBS where you can almost see the officer reaching in the vehicle, kind of striking, to be quite honest about it. And you can see that on the video that's circulating on CBS right now. So there's a lot of things with this that just don't sit well with myself or just the family as a whole. And, at the end of the day, we know who this baby girl was. She was still a baby. She was 19 years old. People have the right to live life, but nobody has the right to get their life taken for anything, and for this in particular, it just really hit home with the family. And it's just sad that they really did her like that. I hate the way these police did this, and I think they could have went about it a different way. When I saw the first day, I looked on TV and I saw this, and I thought about when the mayor came out and she had something to say about it. Her first words towards this was, "I support my officers. I stand with my officers," and they could have, would have, had probably prevented some crime that would have happened. And when I think about that, I think about just a few years ago when she was on the opposite side of the fence. When I think about that, I think about, how do you even say you stand with officers without even having all of the information in to even make a decision like that, to be able to say something like that? And I thought that was a pure disrespect to the family, because she still hasn't called and apologized. I'm sure she's seen some footage by now where she know exactly what's going on. So just overall, man, baby girl, my wife's sister,
Can I
as I stated, man, yeah.
Can I jump in here, right? Because I feel like, so here's what I hear from both of you all that I think we got to be prepared for as people. Okay, and let me slow the tape down for y'all real quick. Joe, Alonzo, I hear both of you doing a lot of what I would call proactive damage control. And what I seem to hear from you is that you are concerned that at some point they are going to make the baby's life an issue. Maybe, right? Maybe
well, they do it to everybody.
Right. Because remember, let me just break this down for y'all. Remember when Laquan got murdered? Mm-hmm. And they told us that Laquan was on dope. He was a LSD guy. He was a gang member, all of this stuff, right? And so we were able to, in our minds, until we saw the tape, justify his murder, right? Mm-hmm. We were able to rationalize the murder in his head, right? So what I'm concerned about, and this is why I'm saying this now, and I hope, brothers, y'all don't take this wrong. I don't care how many tattoos she had. I don't care how many Facebook posts she took or how many pictures she was in. I don't really care what her Instagram account looks like. I don't. I don't care if they kicked it. Today, she went to go get a sandwich on DoorDash, right? She went to go get a sandwich at 12:30 at night. I don't care if she was wearing a bonnet or not, right? I don't care if she had boy shorts and a halter top. She went to go get a sandwich. She didn't want to get out the car. I'm not telling nobody. I'm gonna tell you. I tell my daughter, if the police come, you give them your license, you slide it out the crack, and you tell them to tow you to the station. You let me get there. But you not finna be around no whole group of men. Ain't finna you. And so to know that, and clearly, if the window was down, they were obviously at some point conversing. There was obviously at some point, some kind of way they had a conversation. Right? Yeah. The window wasn't busted. The window was down. So some kind of way. And if you see and here's me, because then this is your Anjanette Young moment. Let me back up. Because if you see the woman half dressed as a police officer and she ain't going nowhere, you tell her to give you the keys. But you don't have no girl standing outside with her tail out in the at 12 o'clock at night. You say, sit in the car. We'll take care of this. And again, this is a $20 this is a $10 meal.
No compassion for a black girl.
And that's what I think they saw. I thought the only thing they saw was color, because I bet you mad money, and I think we all know, if there was a white baby girl that was out there, no matter what, she would have had that second chance, and she would have had a chance to actually tell you what happened to her that night. Instead, police come so aggressive when they see our skin color. It really makes no sense. And that baby honestly feared for her life that night.
Can I say something real quick?
You can say whatever you want, brother.
Let me explain. So we already talked about the news saying she was 23. We know they said she was a 23-year-old woman. That was to downplay the sympathy that the people of America would have for a 19-year-old. They said she had a gun. I have 100% proof that nobody
no gun.
Baba's. I have proof nobody in Baba's saw a gun.
Oh, no, come on, let's do this. We know how that works, right? You want the police to show up, you say somebody got a gun, right? You want the police to show up and you want them to body slam the person, say they got a gun, because when they come in guns blazing, they ain't taking no chances. And whoever did that knew that. Now, here's the other part. If you the black person, let me say this. Baba's, I don't know what kind of business they doing, but they shouldn't really be doing too much in Dolton. They shouldn't be doing too much of no business in Dolton. If you are, and please God, please don't let the people who have called the police be no black people, right? Because if you was going back and forth in the drive-thru and the outcome of it was that this sister is dead, it's like we gotta know you gotta know when you call that phone, that what you are putting the life at risk. And I just gotta say, y'all, we can Baba's.
Oh, it's definitely gonna have to be some accountability. And then also, the police shooting at a moving car. Just I think a year or two ago, you had something that passed down at the Supreme Court level with that, where police aren't supposed to be shooting at a moving vehicle. It's so many things that they did that was just wrong that night. And then again, man, they ultimately took this baby life. She was on her way to college in the fall. She got a little brother who she's been taking care of, who's missing her like crazy, and he's autistic. They didn't just kill no ordinary baby. They took somebody definitely who was loved, but somebody who still had a bright future ahead. And she didn't have a way. She should have never had her life ended so tragic like this on account of these police. Because again, not only did they physically assault her right after the physical assault and scared the shit out of her, she eventually ended up being killed.
Yep. And let me say, man, and I'm gonna keep it 100 because I'm a real man.
Hey, do me a favor.
My daughter.
Hold on. Don't do nothing that will jeopardize you. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nothing. No. My daughter is the average daughter. She get on her daddy's nerves.
Wow.
She asking for money.
Wow.
She all in my stuff.
Still your baby.
Lexi, bring your butt home. But let me tell you something. Out of all my kids, she was the most giving. the most loving, the most family-oriented child that I had. And like I said, and I say that to say, my daughter dressed in a way that, like, any father would be like, girl, go put some damn clothes on. But when I look at all her friends, and I work downtown, and I'm looking at, she dressed like everybody else. Even though I don't think none of them should dress like that, that's what they do. So that's still irrelevant. Everything you're trying to do to demean her character is irrelevant to the fact that she was set up and murdered. And that's how I leave it. That is a father's child.
That is a father's worst nightmare.
Worst nightmare. Especially when she was supposed to spend the week together. I say, because like Joseph said, she take care of my son, and me and her was supposed to tag team on my son this week. She was supposed to come the day before I got the call of the murder. That's what it is.
My heart goes out to you and your family. My anger goes out to the police. My anger goes out to the people at Baba's who unleashed this fury against this young girl. I think Baba's, let me just say this, y'all owe. Baba's, y'all owe. Dolton police. Man, family, like I don't know how we take what the officers, black or white?
Oh,
you had a multi-race out there.
Huh?
Both.
Do we know who committed the act? Save it. Stop. Let me stop.
They don't know what I know, so I'm trying to.
Okay, you stop. You don't say nothing else.
Yeah.
We'll talk. Yeah. We will talk. But let me just say, y'all, and maybe Baba should feel economic pain at the minimum. There has to be a consequence. Accident or not, there's a consequence here. I don't even know how to really talk about this too much.
Every cause has an effect.
What can we do to help? What do we need to do to help? How do we get involved? What is it that you all need? Tell the people what we got to do.
So I say definitely follow the father on Facebook at Alonzo Wilson. They can follow my page on Facebook at Joseph Williams, and we're gonna continue to put updates on there, and we're gonna let everybody know from next movement and next steps is what we're gonna be doing as a family and as a community, because we do plan to organize and protest, and we do plan to make sure that justice is served for Alexis. So and also I'll say that today it will be a GoFundMe that will be released on her behalf as well. So any way that you guys can just donate and support this baby, we just would really just appreciate it as a family, so definitely we'll make sure we share that information with you guys as well, but just continue to follow these pages, and we'll make sure that we just updating everybody on next steps. So I mean, that's kind of where we at right now, but just we thank everybody for just continuing to send the love and prayers to the family and just being supportive, because we got folks who've been coming out these last few days has been really supportive, and we just appreciate everybody for showing that love, man. Family is definitely going through a lot right now, and even with me, you never think it'll hit this close to home. You see me doing so much positive things all the time, and that call that night that the wife got, you just never think sometime it hit this close. And I think we all kind of fairly going through this. It's fresh on all of us. So just continue to just keep us in you guys' prayers, and I'll make sure I share a link or two with you, Maze, for you to share with the public as well on how folks can stay involved. And we just ask for all support, man. Just continue to support the family, and we appreciate you giving us this platform to come on here today and be able to get the father's voice out there and really get this particular side of the story, other than this Russ story that just came out. So I'm glad that we had the opportunity to do that today.
So let me say this. Part of the thing that we have to do is keep it alive. So what I want to do is get regular updates on this. So we'll save some time for you all as this thing proceeds and progresses. So you can come in and give us updates. And if our people need to get involved, if you need to ally with other people, then we want to make sure that we do that. Also, if you are needing assistance with the funeral arrangements, holla at me offline. Holla at me offline if you need assistance with the funeral arrangements. I think we might be able to assist in that space too. So just reach out to me. But brother Alonzo, I gotta tell you, I cannot imagine the pain. You are describing what has to be the worst fear of so many black fathers, compounded by the fact that the people paid to serve and protect did not. It's one thing to lose your child and to get the notification from the police. It's got to be compounded to get the notification from the people that actually did the murder. It's kind of a wicked story. If it was a movie, we'd all be throwing stuff at the screen right now. It feels like a movie,
brother. It feels like a movie, man. I want to wake up every day and
I mean, like, and look,
movie, man. Because, and I'm gonna say this, because
say whatever.
I'm gonna say this because I'm a real man. Any of the officers that may have been injured, my condolences to them. But here's my thing, because that's who we are as people, man. We love everybody, but why don't they love us back? Now, I'll say that I have compassion for anybody else that was hurt in that, but show my daughter compassion that was done wrong. The mayor get on TV and say, she didn't not one time say, well, I'm sorry for the loss of any lives. Didn't mention my daughter. She was a monster. That's got to end, man. She needs to be bye-bye. She needs to go. Come on, man. You're supposed to be of the people, for the people. But a 19-year-old girl is killed, and you don't even say, I could, even if I could respect her standing by her officers, cool. But you don't even say my condolences to the family. Come on, man.
And Maze, right before we jump out of here, another piece that was left out was that father and mom ain't see their baby for a few days. For a few days. They kept the baby away, wouldn't even say where she was at. And we thought that was really crazy as well. But I thought that was something else to definitely bring out there, was that the first few days they weren't even able to identify their daughter. And they kept her away, didn't tell her where she was at or anything. I thought that was messed up as well. And then and as you heard on TV, probably none of the officers have yet to make statements. Updates with that, we see that now they are put on administrative paid leave. They shouldn't be paid at all, especially the one that aggressively striked her, that really caused a lot of this to end up happening. He needs to be fired right on the spot. But again, we just appreciate you giving us this space to be able to have this outlet, to be able to tell this side of the story, that when we actually sat back and was able to gather information and get correct things to be able to come out and talk about for real. Because the first story that came out was something that they rushed. They put it on all these outlets. The reason why all these outlets was telling so many different stories, and we wanted to make sure that we got it right. So we just appreciate you again for being able to have us on today.
Hey man, if we don't tell our own stories, if we don't have a place for us to tell the truth for black folks, where will it go, right? Again, all I could tell you is when they told us about Laquan, they said he was the LSD-fueled rage that justified it, that let it lay dead dormant for 2 years. We got to get out of these narratives. And I just think that, like, in the face of George Floyd, this is still happening. Like, we still, like, man. Look,
Black in America.
Hey, and look what they said, brother. You know what the news is saying now?
No, what are they saying?
My daughter died as a result of the crash, not the 3 bullets that was pumped in her.
So you saw the bullet. So you actually know for a fact that when you witnessed the body, that the bullets actually connected with her. That's not, that it ain't that the building fell on her or nothing like that.
Dude,
no, we don't know that part exactly.
Joseph took me and Joseph went today. I finally saw my daughter's body. It was multiple gunshot wounds.
It was multiple gunshot wounds.
Yes.
For a sandwich from Baba's.
Yes.
For a sandwich
that's what
from
I had to
Baba's.
sign my name next to. Multiple gunshot wounds to 19-year-old Alexis Wilson.
Y'all, that
biggest fear as a father, man.
Lord.
I tell you,
brother.
But they ain't showed me no capacity.
Brother, whatever we can do, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what you need, Joe. You reach out to us, right? If you need, you reach out to us, right? I'm gonna tell you what, this audience won't let you down. They won't. If it's something you need, brother, if it's something we can do, law, legal, whatever it is, you call us, because we cannot allow this to just sit like this, yo. This is crazy. This is just crazy, brother. My heart goes out to you. My heart goes out to you.
And like I tell everybody, I know the love, man. I feel it. I appreciate it. It's keeping me moving, man. And just so you know, man, my platform is about the youth. You know, we got this rap music that's poisoning their brain. We got all the media do is poison our youth brain, man. And as a father, all you could do is fight it. But you can't be with them outside. You can't be with them everywhere you go. I mean, life is life, man. But at the end of the day, they killing our kids, man, mentally and physically. You see what I'm saying? So it's about, man, me and Joseph finna turn it up, man. We finna let the kids know that everything they seeing and everything that they going through is BS, man. We kings and we queens. But as long as they keep the fathers locked up, as long as they keep the rappers running around talking about let's slide on the ops and da-da-da-da-da, because in your environment that you live in, you just gonna blend in. Either you're gonna be an outcast or you're gonna blend in. 90% of the youth is gonna blend in with their peers. And I'm just here to say what y'all are being told and showed is bull shiggity. How about
Not
that?
bullshiggity. Man, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, even in tragedy, we find a way with our pain. Black folks find a way with our pain. It's almost like we have figured out a way to internalize it and still push on. It's like that same thing yesterday. Dad, Ruthie, I don't want you to be right, but that, you know how they tell us we got to push through.
Mm-hmm.
We usually don't have an option but to push through. But just think if we didn't have to always push through, and just think if we didn't have somebody pushing so hard against us that we got to push through things like this. I just can't imagine this brother. Like, this brother got to make it. Now he got to keep on going. Father has to bury his own child. That's
instead of her burying me.
Y'all have officially owned my Friday. I want to be happy and jipper and cheery. I do know I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna have to reach out to the mayor. I'm gonna have to reach out. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna chalk it up to the newness of it all and being a new mayor and not necessarily knowing how to get it all together, because it's a lot of pressure. But I do know that black women, y'all got to see that little sister as y'all responsibility too.
There you go.
We all got to see that as our village, right? And regardless of the circumstances, like we lost one of our souls. Regardless of what they put in the newspaper, we lost one of our souls. And if we don't feel the compassion for that, we can't expect anybody else to. I want to thank Brother Joseph Williams for reaching out to me. Joe, open door on this. Anytime somebody ain't doing what they supposed to do, you call us up because we going to put them out there. We're going to let it be known because we want justice for Alexis, right? Brother Wilson, please tell people how they can follow you on Facebook and on Twitter or wherever else you at. Please tell us.
My name, I'm on Alonzo Wilson on Facebook, Plugging with your boy Low on Instagram, Plugging with your boy Low on Facebook, Plugging with your boy Low on TikTok.
All right.
Alonzo, Man and Me on Facebook. Now, the reason why I have all them platforms, like I was telling you, I'm here for the youth. If you go down my timeline, man, all I'm telling the youth and the black man and the black woman every day, love yourself.
Absolutely.
Don't fall for the okie doke. Let's get this rap music back to the way it used to be, where we had that balance. It wasn't always kill, murder, dot. You understand what I'm saying? Because the powers that be is doing this. Where the brothers at, man? Where the fathers at? Stand with me, man. Go down my timeline, look at my PSAs, and if you're feeling anything, share it. Speak out, man. No more cowards. We men, we kings. Let's fight for our daughters. Let's fight for our women, man. And let's fight for our sons.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's all I can say, man. That's it.
That's it, y'all. I'm going to stop it right there.
Where y'all at?
Hey, y'all. That is Brother Alonzo Wilson. Your boy Low. Follow him on all the platforms except Facebook, where he is Alonzo, your man Wilson.
Oh, yeah. That's that.
I think I got it right. Did I get it right? I'm just trying to make sure I got it right because I want y'all to follow.
Alonzo Man Jr. and me. That's okay. That's just a son. That's a page with me and my autistic son.
Okay. Beautiful.
That's just me and his page.
Okay.
That was
all right.
Lexi's best friend. That was the one who Joseph was talking about. That she took care of. Because them was the last two in the house. All the rest of my kids is, my daughter married to Joseph, and my other kid is in college, doing good, anime, top of her class. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm talking about she's at DePaul,
We about to get the president of DePaul Black alumni to grab her.
Dude, this is the family she come from, but they trying to make her out to be a monster. We winners, man. Even with the pushback, even with the holding us back. We have an autism school, man. She ain't come from
Hey, brother, stop trying to justify who your daughter was.
No.
She was one of our. She is, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
They trying to portray her as this.
We not letting her.
She from
love.
But
we ain't going for it though.
That's
we not letting her. We not letting
her.
And Joe, this is what I need you to do. I need you to send me some beautiful pictures of her, right? Because oftentimes they find the pictures, the worst pictures, and then they put them on the news. So whenever we talk about her, we want the best and the most positive. Send those to me so we can make sure it's there. Look, I gotta say goodbye to my WBGX 1570 audience. Y'all tune in. Y'all can still catch us on the Maze Jackson page. Y'all can also check us on the Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We have been talking to Brother Joseph Williams. Y'all know Joe, he'd be out there all the time fighting for our young people and for families. And we got to say what's up to Brother Alonzo Wilson, who our heart goes out to. Y'all make sure y'all get us the GoFundMe page. We'll make sure that we share that as well. But we want updates. We want to know where's our state's attorney? There's all the people in the chain. Look, this we can't let this be Midlothian. That's all I gotta say. On that note, look, y'all, it is the Mace Jackson Show. We're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna lighten it up just a little bit. The best of Black Chicago all time. But y'all, this story won't die here. We will make sure that it continues. We will make sure that it does not die until there is justice for Alexis. This is the Mace Jackson Show. Reese, we'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTBP.
Shop at Black-owned and operated Solo Beauty, where you are appreciated and respected. Located at 8158 South Cottage Grove, Solo Beauty can supply all of your Black hair care needs. Solo Beauty is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday.
Broken screen? Crashed system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. So partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:05 a.m. And I'm Reese the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, weather, and traffic update. In sports, White Sox in action against the Royals in Kansas City to end their 4-game series. Royals Carlos Jimenez pitches 6 scoreless innings as the Sox fail to get on the scoreboard and lose 5-0. Cubs at Wrigley also ended a 4-game series against the Cincinnati Reds. Joey Votto was too much as he homers and records a Reds record for 6 games in a row with a home run. Cubs lose 7-4. Now on the traffic. On the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop, 24 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare, 18. On the Eden, inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 32 minutes. Exchange to Deerfield, also 32. On the Eisenhower, from Thorndale to the Loop, 34 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 32. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 35 minutes. Outbound back will be 33. Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 33 minutes. 29 minutes to I-80. On the Dan Ryan, it is 17 minutes to the Loop, 16 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive, from 55th to Jackson will be 7 minutes. Jackson to 55th will be 8. Randolph to Bryn Mawr will be 8 minutes. Bryn Mawr to Randolph will also be 8. Today's weather, it is currently 67 and mostly sunny. Today, expect a high of 72 with the low of 64. I'm Reese the Ruler, and that was your sports weather and traffic update. Now, back to Maze and Ruthie on the Maze Jackson Show.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in it for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
People, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze, it's Sonia, and Ruthie, and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we're united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve on.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my co-host, Ruthie, MFN, them contracts more. Ruthie. Then we got DJ Reese the Ruler. Hey, y'all, what y'all think about that interview? What's y'all thoughts? The phone lines are open. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. The phone lines are officially open. Ruthie, what you think? What was your thoughts on the interview? I mean, you was pretty quiet.
I think it was a lot, and I thank them for sharing their story. I know that that's not easy. I do think it's always important to control your narrative, especially because how they try to paint us in the media. And
man, I felt like he was really working hard to make sure that they wasn't gonna be putting them pictures up.
If you see the stories about the way that it's written, you would understand why he felt the need to talk about his.
Really, is the
baby
stories
girl in that way.
bit?
Yeah, like I was in here reading it too. Like I don't know if you was doing it, but
We was
like,
probably reading two different sources.
Nah, man, I was reading
And it
like
said the same
everyone.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like everyone like I went to, it always said, you know, like you said, irate girl, gun, come in. Like it puts the blame on them, and then it just like have the officers like, oh yeah, well the officers has been, you know, transmitted there that they're doing good and everything, but everything on there was like bad about her.
Can y'all help me understand in any way, shape, or form how a sandwich from Baba's turns into a murder?
Easier, unfortunately, especially like in the hood and Dolton, like you in there, like you said, it's teenagers. I'm in there, you know, like we cussing, you mad, you cussing out. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go do this, you know. So like, boom, they called the police. We in Dolton, boom. It's just that easy. Confrontation over a sandwich.
You said it's just that easy. You think it's just that easy? Is it just that easy, Ruthie?
0 to 100.
Real quick.
What you mean 0 to 100?
I mean, I think we live in a world where, in a split second, anything could pop off. And
is that kind of why I don't say nothing to nobody when they cut me off now? I just be like, I'm faster than you. You can't beat me.
Probably, but yeah, but it can escalate so quick. You can like come up there for just my sandwich, and then it's about how you come up. Sometimes it's about how a person like come up to somebody. You made my mother sandwich wrong. You y'all don't never make right up in here.
You work at the sandwich. Oh, so let me back up. This goes back to Mace Jackson working at Burger King and McDonald's when I was 15, 16. I've had everything happen. I've had people come in, throw Whoppers.
Mm-hmm.
I've had people come in, curse me out. I've had people be like, you dumb. I'll be like, it's a Whopper.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you could throw it, as long as it didn't hit me, I'm straight. You can say whatever you want. Stay on that side of the counter because this is part of my job. I do feel like, though, that there's two types of people at work. I'd be like, look, this is part of the job. People be irate. There was the people, though, that if you did that,
I wish you would.
They coming around the counter and they don't care about the job. They finna whoop your. Did I ever tell y'all about the time my boy Josh, this white girl, we was working at the McDonald's in Lyle, and she said something crazy. They was cool, and she said something like, "You're a stupid." Da-da-da-da-da-da. This dude went and got a handful of soap. Walked around the counter and held her by the back of the head and rubbed it in her face.
Oh.
He got fired. I couldn't believe he did it because I'd be like, you at work, Joe? You can't do that. There are people that just don't have breaks. Like they be like, I don't care about this damn job.
And that's what it be. So now when you come with somebody else with that, you like, oh no, who are you talking to? I got kids. I'm grown. I'm this. You ain't finna. And especially in the world today, you know, like, people don't see their job as, you know what, the customer's always right. You know what, ma'am, you right. I'll make you a sandwich.
Ruthie like, customer, you ain't never right.
Exactly. But it's
unless I'm the customer.
Confrontation. Now I'm arguing back with you, and then if you really look at it, it's kids running the establishment. It's somebody with they 22, 23, they ready to go off too. So when you have that, because management should have had that. If it was a right, appropriate manager, if it's a sandwich.
That's my point. Like if your sandwich is wrong, bro, you don't got it. Ain't your sandwich. Make another one. Period. Like if somebody came in through sandwich, make mad, yo, cuz make them another sandwich.
It's a sandwich.
You ain't. What are you trying to prove by? But it's like we have so little to fight over that we fighting over a sandwich.
Unfortunately, in society, it escalates, man. I've been in places like that where somebody then ordered something and then came back and fought. Like I'm in line and they fighting because their food was wrong, and somebody came in there and then said something. Then the girl behind that counter said, "I don't know who she talking to." She like, "I'm talking to you." Like, oh, boom, boom. In McDonald's, it's a fight now. It's a fight.
I also appreciate the larger connection that he made, though, related to how the minds of our young people are poisoned by a lot of the media and the music that we consume, and it's so normal. And he talked about the need for a balance, and I think that's an important piece to what he said.
Damn, millennials brought all this crazy stuff. No, it's not even the millennials at this point because it's Generation Z, whoever these people. Anyway, I the biggest thing that I thought, and that's why I told him to send us a good picture, is because I do believe that it's very easy with those three things in the story to be like, you done wrote the story in your head. They done wrote the story for the white people in their head. Right? And it's important for y'all to see that, because even that brother, you realize that they would take that brother, put him on the news, and spin that story, and he would be the enemy, not the victim.
But see, that's why I push back so hard against dress codes and policies and things at some of those restaurants and stuff, because it's rooted in imagery, and it's so easy to just characterize people based on what they have on. But like you just saw, that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's child that's loved.
You got me at a disadvantage right now. I'm not going to say what I was thinking. That child was loved, though. Like, I don't think that any of the people that come to the restaurants ain't love. I think all the parents love their kids. They just display it or don't display it in a way that is manifest. But y'all, that story was painful. The story was painful. And I do think that in this space that we live in, it is very easy for people to rewrite the narrative. And I'm gonna tell you, that's why he talking about, he spent a significant amount of time ensuring that we did not allow the narrative that the media was going to put out on her make this thing go away. Right? Because if they could be mad black girl that vehicular homicide, they write the law, they write the charges to make them straight. Y'all, this girl died over a sandwich. Are we clear? Are we clear? No matter how it goes, no matter how what $10 sandwich is equivalent to a death sentence? I don't care if you beat on the window with a stick. Is that equivalent to a death sentence? It's just a very weird thing, because like, y'all couldn't get a hold of a 19-year-old girl. Like, y'all mean to tell me all them cars and y'all couldn't?
With the door open, he said.
Window. I mean,
he said the door was open.
Oh, wow.
So now you can't get nobody out the car with the door open?
Well, my thing is, why are you trying to pull out the car? Like, what? Well, she had a gun, right? So let me just say, whoever called Baba, if that phone call said that she had a gun, again, you should be on the disciplinary code. They should just be closed just on GP. They shouldn't get, y'all up there buying sandwiches tomorrow. I'm looking at y'all crazy. Cause you know what you'll say? Man, it wasn't me. She shouldn't have been. Imagine going through the drive-thru and you end up dead. And your food was wrong. Y'all needed to see that, brother. I need to move on because it's Friday and I can't take no more. I'm through with that. I got to move on. So let's talk about, the phone lines are open. Bob Israel is on the line, so I'm going to let Bob Israel, hold on. But before we do talk to Bob, y'all get y'all calls ready because I want to know the best of Chicago. All time best. What is the all-time best restaurant? I'm going to give it two categories. A joint, not like the kind my cousin like, and a sit-down restaurant of all time. What was the best black business, big or small, of all time? Best church of all time, black church in Chicago, all time. What was the best high school, the best grammar school of all time? Chicago. Best event that we had or don't have anymore of all time. Does Bud Billiken win? I don't know, man. What about the best nightlife? What was the best nightclub we had? Somebody might say Chic Rick's. Some people say the Click. Somebody might say, yeah, see what y'all got, right? Somebody say the Rose. If you from out west, you probably say the Rose. Mr. Lee's. Ooh, y'all ain't go to Mr. Lee's. Y'all ain't know about Mr. Lee's. Who were the best politicians? I know y'all gonna say Harold Washington, but who else? Like Gus Savage, right? We need Gus Savage back. One of my favorites is still Big Bill Dawson. I think he might even beat Harold Washington in my book. And who was the best Chicago gangster? You think Larry Hoover gets the title still? I think like people be like, Ruthie, why you roll your eyes? Ruthie like, cause the baddest gangsters was in Kankakee.
You don't know them.
You don't know Country Bob.
You don't know Miss Jean.
Miss Jean's Wang Dang house.
She had 8 husbands. We don't
She
know.
had 8 husbands. We don't know. Never. She was called the Black Widow of.
I know the real Black Widow, and she ain't Marvel.
Yeah, she ain't from Marvel. Dej Wise. Oh, Dej Wise is up there. I don't know if Dej Wise beats Enters though. I think Enters might have been the one. Cause Enters, Ruthie don't be like, you don't know nothing about.
I've been seeing all people say Enters all the time.
Enters though, the original Enters, not the remake, the original Enters. All right, let's go this though. Let's open up the phone lines. I'm gonna talk to Bob Israel. But after that, I want y'all to tell me Chicago's all-time best. What was your favorite restaurant of all time? Y'all remember when Gladys's was open? Man, I still drive by that building. All right, open up the phone lines. What's up? Bob Israel, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, my brother? Shalom.
Shalom.
I just called in because I didn't know you were going to have the parents on. But, man, I saw Sean Howard on TV, man. He sounded like Pat Camden. I don't know if that's your buddy enough. You say you're going to holler at the mayor, but you need to holler at that brother Sean Howard.
You did not call him Pat Camden. You called him Pat Camden?
Yeah. That's what he sounded like. First thing came, my man, the offender put out the gun and the officer shot. I'm like, come on, man, stop it.
I tried to get Sean on.
You went way back for Enters. I'm going to go with you talking about 2 Enters and Mustang. But, man, have a conversation with Sean if that's your buddy, man, because I don't want to talk to him.
It's a weird situation. Okay, I will talk to Sean. I reached out to Sean this morning, too. Thanks, Bob. You can cut that. Thank you. I reached out to Sean this morning. I did see him on it. Yeah, it's like I don't know that our instant response now is to back the police. Right? I think our instant response, and I do think that traditionally our job has been to back the police. Now, I can't tell that brother how to speak or what to do, but I do feel like it's now, there was a time when, how do you say, it wasn't necessarily okay to be on the side of the people, right? Like when you were a village spokesperson or whatever. I think that we know now that there is something inherently wrong in policing that has not been fixed structurally. And so understanding that, I think that we got to get out of the trap of feeling like we just got to automatically back the police. I don't know. But I was, that's why I asked him to come on, because it was kind of hard to hear, like, us. Like, that was a black girl, 19 years old. You got a chance to get out of whatever, right? At 19, if you was to see 19-year-old Maze Jackson, you would see the cousin of 19-year-old Maze Jackson, you would see a weed-smoking, hat broken, braid wearing, pants sagging, gun toting, whatever. You would. I think we have to have a chance to live to our potential. And I think the assumption is always that we live to a negative potential as compared to a positive potential. And I just felt bad for that brother having to try to justify who his daughter was because of hey man, as a dad, it is hard than a mug to try, as involved as you are, to stop them from wearing clothes. That's been forever. How many times girls go to school and change their clothes because their mama said you can't wear that? I'm saying, y'all ain't watch Footloose? Well, you gotta cut loose, Footloose. Kick off your Sunday shoes. Why you laughing at me, Ruthie? It's not funny. You know I couldn't wear shorts to school.
So you used to pack your shorts in your bag?
Yep. Then my old man had one of them jobs where he'll pop up on you, so you be like, oh dang. Then I just wore the hot pants all the time. All right, let's go to, I want to move on from now. It's hard for me to move on, but I got to do it. Ruth, what's the best? What is the best of Chicago all time? What is the best Chicago restaurant of all time?
Is it best or best black?
Best black. Best black. I'm sorry. Best black. So just assume unless I say white, I'm talking black. What was the best black restaurant of all time? What was the best black joint? Y'all remember? So here's let me give you an example. There were people who were Lim's barbecue people. There were people who were Leon's barbecue people. Then there was people who was Kurt's barbecue people, right? People used to be like, oh, I go to Kurt's. Oh, I go to Lim's. I go to, right? And that was yo, what was the best joint? People always ask about, what happened to Catfish Digby's? Y'all looking at me like, y'all don't even remember. Y'all just remember white Chicago. Who had the best projects? What was the best house? Oh, don't trip. You laugh. If you ever seen any of those Facebook groups from the projects, oh, they will fight you. Literally. Who was the hardest projects? Which one? Who you think was the hardest project?
Cabrini Green, right?
No, Cabrini Green was commercial, man. Look, they finna get mad. Look, the Row House, the Reds, Cabrini Green was commercial, man.
Yeah, but your car ain't safe right now.
Cabrini Green was commercial because everybody from Cabrini left and became a politician. You think about it. Everybody that made it, they be like, I was born in Cabrini Green. And now I say Rockwell too. I gotta give Rockwell some. I didn't know. Well, I don't know, because the whole wasn't no joke either over in Robert Taylor's. But Rockwell, oh yeah, I went to Rockwell one time. I had went one time. No, the Ickies wasn't the hardest. Let me stop. I'm gonna stop because they were like, oh yeah. Y'all remember the low end DJs though? They used to get it. DJ Mikey Mike, boy. I went to a project party one time, y'all. It was an experience.
A project party.
Yes,
a project party, and it was called just that. Yeah. And there was no stigma to it at all. And let me tell you, brother.
Everybody in there with a gun, anything.
Right?
Enemies in there. Somebody messing with the other enemy girlfriend over there. Anything, I'm trying to tell you. Anything happened. When you look back, you like, I don't even know. What was I doing in there?
Having a good ass time. Because them parties used to be off the chain. And boy, I can't tell you what happened. Ruthie, you got quiet. Oh, because Ruthie I got the best of Kankakee. She like, Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen. That's how you gonna do me?
No, Ruthie. I know y'all had the forts in the woods. Let's see. Somebody said Algill. Algill was a different world, man. Algill was I ain't gonna even tell you about that. I'm gonna tell you about my Algill experience. All right, so what was the best of Chicago? Who had the best school? What was the best grammar school? Let the Beasley bums tell it. No, I'm just checking. The Beasley Bees be like, we was the greatest. They wasn't better than Northview, though. Because Northview would have beat y'all on the test. Best high school? Uh-oh. Don't even go there. Lindblom going to be like, we won. What's the best high school on the west side? Westinghouse?
I think now it is because it's changing, but
dang.
Don't say Prosser because then nobody go to that high school.
Heck no, that ain't. I mean, we still don't we get the call Whitney Young? That's kind of west.
Whitney. West, if you ask the Whitney Young person, they gonna say no. We're in the neutral zone. We just have a force field around us.
Whitney Young is the best one for us.
Whitney Young don't count for y'all. That's not the west side.
It's on Ashland, is right? It's not.
No, it's not. It's Jackson and Morgan.
Okay, Jackson
Adams
and Morgan.
And Morgan.
That's still 10.
That used to be the west side.
That used to be. That's 10 blocks west.
What was the best club? What was the best club? I gotta tell you, I think E2 might have been it. Not E2, the Click. I think the Click might have been it because can I tell you, there was a time at the Click that you couldn't come to Chicago without being at the Click. Marshall, don't nobody think about you just talking the Commandos. Y'all just talking about Dorothy Gators might have been the best. And didn't is that where whatchamajigga played? KG?
No, he played for Farragut.
Oh, Farragut.
Patrick Beverly played there.
Oh, Pat Bev. Okay. A.O. Sexton, best grammar school. I'll get that. I went to A.O. Sexton.
What's that? A grammar school?
I don't like you right now, Ruthie.
What is a school? A store?
Yes, it's a great school.
Oh, okay.
Ruthie, when's the first time you came to Chicago, Ruthie? The first time you remember coming to Chicago?
Don't do it. Don't do
I'm
it.
just saying.
We came to Chicago all the time because I
Was-
got family that stay in Chicago.
Did you ever spend the night? Did you ever stay at your cousin's house in Chicago?
Yes.
Did y'all go to the candy store at night? Overnight? What did y'all do?
We did, things like go downtown, walk around, things you do when you visit Chicago.
You don't
when
do
you're
that
not,
nowadays.
That's what I'm saying. When you're not from Chicago, what do? You take people to see the attractions.
You don't do that now. Okay, can I ask this one? Y'all gonna get mad at me. Y'all gonna be like, who had the best, okay, I'm gonna ask this. This is Chicago. The best street organization.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm like gangbangers, man.
No! First of all, this is Chicago. We don't have gangbangers, right? This is Chicago. What do we say in Chicago? This is no gangs. We have organizations. So I just need for you to tell me who you think wins. Who you think won? Because it used to be
who's translated their power the best.
Well, I think that neither.
Well,
All right, I think the biggest might have been the folks.
Yeah, right. The GDs.
Right. The GDs might have been the biggest. Do y'all heard the song, the GDs? They don't let the GDs in the door.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they don't let the foes in the door. And then they done got the... Yes, they did.
No,
they got... Yep, because I think I saw that on Sean Lett's page. They was like, they don't let the... First they let the GDs in the door, then they let the folks... What do you think was the... Okay. What was the... Okay. So let me ask you about this one here. So I think that's pretty broad, though. Okay? I think that's pretty broad. What street organization you think got the most props? I'm saying what organization got the most? Like if you said I'm blah blah blah, I'm such and such, people like, oh.
It's definitely the GD.
You think so? No. I feel like the people, no shade. I don't want no problems. But people used to be like, they used to call, they used to be like dirty. They used to be like, they'd be like, are you dirty folks? Right? I think the El Rukins probably had the most prestige. Mm-hmm. They had the most prestige. They was like the ones when you seen them on TV, you was like, well, dad, they got a crib and everything. Remember when Jeff Ford used to wear that hat? Okay. Todd still scared of, Todd said that, I think Todd think the Stones because he was, because he's still scared of the Pittsburgh hat. He's like, if you had a Pittsburgh hat, they take your Pittsburgh hat. See, who you think was the best? But so do you think it varied by side? Because I think on the South Side, it was the GDs and the BD, and all that. I think on the West Side, though, I think probably the baddest. I think on the West Side,
Vice Lords is mostly Vice.
It's Vice Lords, but then
Four Corner Hustlers,
and then Souls, but it's not as many Souls.
Yeah, they actually went back out south.
Reese like you helped them or something. Reese like they went back out south. So let me see. But okay, so of the West Side, I would say it's the C's and the T's.
Right.
The conservatives and the travelers.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, the conservatives and the travelers. Then I think
it's the Four Corner Hustlers next.
Then it would be the foes. Then it would probably be Cicero. I'd probably go somewhere like Cicero. The Cicero Insanes or something like that, maybe. That's probably where it go. Ruthie, who ran Pembroke?
Did y'all have gangs that
they did.
There are gangs everywhere.
I forgot. That's what the GDs ended up merging to, Kankakee and stuff.
There
like
are
that
gangs everywhere.
Okay, I'm from Chicago street organizations.
I'm sorry, there are street organizations everywhere.
But you got to have a paved street. So Ruthie in your town, they was who ran it down there?
I ain't about to call nobody out.
Okay, but
I got family.
That's 5 or 6.
I'm not going to
I'm gonna
call
tell
them out.
Y'all see her. Y'all see Ruthie came up in here in red. Right? I ain't gonna even tell you.
So you know where she is.
Listen, it's too small. It's too small of a place.
To what? To be mentioning?
To be
to be mentioning your
calling people out. Exactly.
We ain't saying name, just the organization.
No, we said the organization. She said, Ruthie, they be like, Ruthie. Ruthie was
you already
navigating.
know it's like when territory is small, it's like you got to be over here or over there. Like, so it ain't no.
So she got to move around still.
And do y'all have a special gang? Like, you ever went somewhere and it's like only this gang here? Like do y'all have like a
this
only,
version of it?
Like
I think that's
like a Kankakee, like a gang, like
the Kankakee. We did in Bolingbrook. We did.
Yeah,
it was called the Rude Boys.
Right. So
the Rude Boys was like a it was like a combination of all the delinquent black and white kids, right? And then but the black kids had to act kind of more white.
What about you, Ruthie? Is it any it was just like regular gangs there, like GD?
Yeah, I think people form cliques based on their interests. So you had people who would form music groups, and then some of those evolved into organizations,
which is what happens nowadays too. Right?
Yeah. So that's kind of how I see a lot of newness form.
Right. But I feel like, do you think that any of those things are still clicked in the same way? Right. Because I was thinking do you think there'll ever be a time when they will all get back in order? Because I feel like in Chicago, there was a time when it was just order, completely order. Do you think that there's any time ever that there will ever be a restoration of order that we knew?
Not in our lifetime.
Do you think that there will be some dominant person that will? Because I feel like, it's almost like presidency, somebody who gets together and just says, okay, get down and lay down.
See, I think the challenge with that is that it would take concerted investment, and violence prevention dollars aren't necessarily. No, seriously, violence, but they're not necessarily oriented in that way, because then you would have to empower those same people. And what Todd always said, you can't have the inmates running the asylum. And so, but I do think that because of the state that we're in with the rampant violence and disorganizations in our communities, that can be directly correlated to the street organizations in terms of how some of the things manifest themselves. I think we do need structure and order. So I think innovative strategies have to be implored. So they need to start throwing some of that violence prevention money at people who can then get some order and structure. But who are those people? What type of order and structure? And what they gonna do when they get the order and structure? What does that look like? So it's just too many questions. Not enough answers. And low key, I don't even know if it's enough people that will be willing to put themselves out there like that. Because everybody ain't built like that.
See, Ruthie? What you say you was, Ruthie?
Nothing.
Smart. Girl, you smart.
You smart. I'm going to tell you, if I had me an organization though, if I was making one, can I tell you who would be the chief enforcer? Ruthie.
Oh. I'm too feelings oriented.
No, you're not. Ruthie, Ruthie that's them damn contracts.
No, that's based on but that's based on feeling. No. I'm feelings oriented.
Ruthie, let me tell you though. Ruthie also is the same one that said he ain't pay us yet to be on the show. Ain't no more Dante.
That's why I like Ruthie.
Ruthie is the
feelings oriented.
Ruthie is the G.
Yeah,
no, Ruthie. I'll be and I'll be like,
I'm too emotional.
You be crying as they fingers is chopped off.
Another one. He ain't play.
Do this to you.
He come on the show. Cut another finger.
Cut a finger off.
Why you cutting a finger? I'm too emotional. Cut the next one.
Ruthie. I'm gonna tell y'all. If y'all heard Ruthie on the break,
Maze, don't you even do it?
I'm gonna tell you. So one time we was trying to put together a little thing, and Ruthie was like, and then if they don't, they gotta come in, and I gotta wear the black glove, and I gotta. I'm telling you,
that's
Ruthie. Look, Ruthie. Here go Ruthie.
Maze.
60 to the left eye, no cover up.
Maze.
If you blink once.
I don't advocate violence at all.
I agree with that.
You already know I don't be trying to be no enforcer. I try to just live.
You
right.
try to, but sometimes
right.
you be like, but every night I got to prove my love. She be like, oh, well, I can't say which one because
Don't do it. What about my love?
See, she got you cut off, dog. Look, Ruthie coming to collect taxes. She like, hey. Ruthie said, "Let me see the book."
How many times you been up?
How many? Look, she's Ruthie said, "Right."
Not how many times, but how many times has been asked?
How many times I gotta ask?
That's
right?
my thing.
Can you imagine, Dante?
I mean, let me not. I don't even want to get into
Look,
it.
Dante, how many? No, get into it. Look, Dante, how many times I gotta ask you to come on? The
people that asked too.
Can you see Ruthie talking to mud? Can you see though? This Ruthie coming like this too, cause you can see Ruthie reaching up, slapping the mud, and then you gotta be like, "Dang, dog."
I don't do all that finger pointing.
Morning show and you ain't on the show, Dante.
I don't even be doing all that.
Right, cause you just Ruthie be with the silent quick.
No, I'm small. I'm petite.
Right, that's when you got a big
talking crazy to people like that.
Let me tell you what I always said about the small people, right? I used to tell people this all the time because people used to test me all the time. It'd be like, you got two options. The little guy is two types of. Well, the little guy, he either got a big brother or a big gun. So I always be like, you know why Ruthie don't talk smack? Because she'd be like, you'd be like, dang, that's a pretty big hole in there. How big is that hole in that barrel? Right? Ruthie got the palm size 45. You know the 45 that fit in your palm? You looking in the hole as big as you be like, oh. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We have devolved into the organized crime segment. No. I was really trying to get y'all to tell me y'all best. Did anybody call and tell me any best? Nope. Y'all tripping, man. That's because the best of Chicago is gone.
No, it's just once everybody find out about it, it's like, dang.
No, everybody find out about you, be like, don't tell the black people. How many times y'all said, this is my spot, don't tell nobody? You do that?
People do it all the time.
Why? Because y'all don't want nobody with do-rags in y'all joint?
No, it's always that one person really, like, you don't want that one person to really come through. Like, it really be that one main person.
Because what they do?
They might steal. They want to come borrow something. It's always something.
Has somebody ever stole from your house?
Oh my goodness!
Got a cousin that we used to have to watch, almost sit on your hands,
Really?
That's a violation.
No. See that?
No,
you heard it? You heard it?
Not like that, but I'm saying
like what, Ruth?
That's like the ultimate, people's homes is like they sanctity. Like I get why people do get their fingers chopped off for stealing though. Like I get it.
Let me ask a question. Somebody called me up and said, what do you think would happen if the sentence for getting caught shooting a gun was to chop off a hand? No. How many more people do you think would be shooting? If you did it in public, like you lost your hand in public.
I think public displays like that are like they did have a place, like tarring and feathering somebody.
Ooh, I saw that on Peaky Blinders. That's deep.
I think public.
Okay, let me just hear you. Y'all hear the minister? You hear?
No. I'm saying I see why they used to do stuff like that, in society, like tar and feather people.
Why would they do that, Ruthie?
They
didn't follow the rules.
Who knows?
Did they not know their laws?
Could
they not spit?
It's such a slippery slope because the people sometimes it's just that you in society, like when you trust it's hard to entrust people with certain levels of power because people just be abusing their power so much. And I think we just live in a system where you got to be careful with who you allow to dish out power because people don't be doing right. People don't be acting right.
How would you do it?
People just don't be acting right.
I feel like, how I feel like if I was, how I feel like we could fix discipline in our organization? We could just use a paddle. Like you ain't even got to punch nobody in the face, nothing. It's just it's levels. It's 10, it's 20, it's 50, it's 100. 100 strokes.
Nobody's going to stay there for 100.
People abuse their power.
If I told you it's 100 to the eye, left eye, no cover up, and you got to stand there and you can't blink, or we starting from the top, you take it. You take it or you going to still take it. So you saying ain't nobody going to, but can you imagine though, bring me the wood. Just bring me the wood. You ain't even got, you ain't walking. I'm just saying though. Reese, this is my point though.
Oh, I know you ain't.
I'm saying, but this is my point. There's discipline and it's humane discipline. You ain't.
What's the line? And who gets to decide the line?
Well, I think you put categories. If you stole, You at 20. You stole from the family, you at 50. You committed a murder, well, you got to get whacked. Like you whack somebody in the family, you got to go get whacked. But I'm just telling you, y'all, if y'all took the paddle, even if you get caught with a pistol, how about you'll get caught with a pistol, you ain't shoot it, you got to take 30 strokes in public by the stroke administrator. I'm telling you, I bet you it'll stop. I bet you take 30 pieces of wood for having a pistol, you can go home the same night. You go home the same night.
And then take another 30. Like you get immune for like.
No, you ain't getting immune. No, let me just say, having had that experience, you might get the glaze over and your tail might get hard, but then instead of it being flat, it's like thud. And there's a certain point where it's just like your legs, just everything else. But imagine if you got caught with a gun, you get pulled over, they say, okay, there's a stroke administrator. I'm saying, cuz you can go to the county or you can take these 50. Somebody gonna say I'm taking the 50 and I'm going home tonight. And when you get home,
think it'll be a deterrent?
I certainly do. Cause
that's gonna have to come with some resources.
Right. Would?
It's gonna have to come with some resources. It's gonna have to come with some mental health resources.
For the person that's distributing
For everybody. It's gonna have to come with some resources. You can't just administer discipline like that. It's kind of like getting a whooping and then the talk never happens.
So we get you to talk. Okay, so we're whooping your tail right now because you picked up that pistol and you shot people. Now, we don't want you to, But it
gotta come with supports.
I got some support. When you can walk again, you walk your butt on over here and we'll put you in job training. But if you pick that gun up again, we double it.
I think if it come with some supports.
But you
got to have those supports as a deterrent. Otherwise, it's the same thing probably will keep happening. And like Reese said, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do this crime.
Okay, I'm saying, let's give them some talking to. Does anybody remember the first time a belt hit your tail?
I remember everyone I got.
Yeah, I remember it, but then I remember years later when my mom tried to whoop me, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is what I've been crying over. This lady don't get off of me."
Yeah, but she instilled it in you early enough that by the time you was old enough, that's why you stop at a certain age, right? That's why you stop at a certain age. Because you don't want them to find out that you ain't powerful. You want it to be burned in their mind that it's like when you go back to your old grammar school and everything looks small, you be like, dang, this is the biggest thing ever. So once you recognize you can't do it, you be like, now you got to get the Jedi mind tricks. Like, oh. Yeah, I did. I remember one time my mama tried to whip me when I was old and I tried to fake it and we was both like, she was like, wait till your dad get him. I was like, really? So I got to take 2 whoopings because you ain't strong enough to whoop me? You should have you should have sat it out, Simone.
No, I would just eat some chips, like getting a whooping. I was like, oh my God.
Oh no, if you did that, no, because that's when you gonna embarrass me? Like let me get a board. Right, then that's okay. So you want to eat some chips? Eat these chips. All right, y'all. This was the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie is the chief administrator. Oh, no. Big brother, big sister, Dean Almighty. Ruthie Moore. Like y'all know, Ruthie would do it too, right?
No.
Would you write the list of what it needed to be though? You'll do the counseling afterwards. You'll be like, now you know you about to get this ass whooping.
I mean, I didn't know.
But when you get through.
We just lack.
You can give me a hug.
We just need comprehensive. He's so funny.
Give me a hug.
We need comprehensive resources, like
a paddle with
comprehensive resources.
We give you stitches.
I'm with Chris Rock. Make a bullet $1 million, man. That way, if you kill somebody, you knew.
You like they deserve to die. I would kill you if it didn't cost me $10,000.
Yeah, you just go to Indiana. That's what you can do. Or order off the internet.
Right. You can order a whole. Let me stop. Or you get you a 3D printer and you print you some goods. I saw a whole. Have y'all ever watched a documentary where you be like, I don't even need to watch this, and then the next thing you be like, did y'all know that they used to that they stopped making bullets as a part of war that they used on. They had a pact to not use certain types of bullets when they were dealing with white people because it made them irreparable, but they used them on black people.
What you mean?
So like there were bullets that, and they still have them, but like in war, they had bullets that would break all of your bones and break everything through your whole body. And it was like irreparable. And then they said that it was inhumane for them to be shooting white people the same way.
Oh.
So they said, we're going to stop using bullets that destroy you, that give you a chance to live afterwards. And then when they went to Africa, they was like, but we'll use them in Africa. It was kind of crazy. Did you watch Destroy the Brutes? Eliminate the Brutes? If you did, you saw that in there. All right, Ruthie. So I am going to declare Bolingbrook the winner. Since Chicago didn't have the best old school restaurant was the Harold's in Bolingbrook.
The Chicago. That's Bolingbrook.
Bro. Bolingbrook takes the championship since Chicago couldn't stand up. Chicago, you couldn't even figure out what was y'all best restaurant.
Well, then Kankakee should be in the running too. Then you got might as well. It ain't Chicago.
We still trying to figure out what organizations was in Kankakee. We like
Key Mob,
K3.
Hey, y'all so funny.
I'm just saying. Look, she like, look,
exit 317, huh?
Hey, I do remember at a time when like there was like a nice proliferation of gangs, and it was because all them Chicago people moving out here. So
when that happens though, that's usually when so two things happen when that happens. It's either you gonna get down or you gonna lay down, right? I remember in Bolingbrook when all of the Chicago, when Section 8 came and all the Section 8 street guys came with it, and it was like they was plugged and we had all grown up together, right? So it's like you could be whatever you called yourself, but it was Bolingbrook against the world. And I remember we went through a phase where it was, so I've seen it happen two ways. One, where everybody be like, okay, we gonna go to the right side. And then I was seeing where it's like, you from Chicago, you came out here, you think you finna run us? Ain't happening. And then it'd be like, then they learn about the country wars, right? Because then they're like, well, in Chicago, they'll shoot you. We'll let the air out your tires. So you couldn't get to work. Then you ain't got no bus, and there ain't no buses, so you stuck, right? Like this. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Hey y'all, it's time for Tell Me Something Good Friday. It is Tell Me Something Good Friday. Tell me something good. I'm excited, y'all. It's a good weekend. It's been a great week. And I am excited for next weekend because I won't be here for Tell Me Something Good Friday. So I'm gonna start with you, Reese the Ruler. Tell me something good for this Friday.
Maze won't be here next Friday. No, I'm just messing around.
See how people do? I always think I'm like a good dude, and then people be like,
no, I'm just messing around. Something good Friday. I don't know. I really ain't got. It's Friday. That's all I can say. It's Friday, man. He woke me up this morning in my church, Chicago. He woke me up this morning.
And what else? And he woke me up this morning. And he woke me up this morning. I'm gonna tell you what, Reese. I would tell you it's a good Friday because it's your first official day as the official DJ of the What's in It for the Black People Maze Jackson Morning Show. So for my Tell Me Something Good for you, it is welcome to the team officially. Welcome, y'all. DJ Reese the Ruler. Welcome to the team. Look, you see how he got applause for his damn self? See how brothers do you? See how brothers do you? Like all the tools. Reese, look, Reese, when he do his little segment, not his little segment, when he do his news, traffic, and weather, he gonna have all the bells, whistles. It's gonna have, and now, news, traffic, and weather brought to you by the, he gonna have Funk Master Flex. Everybody gonna be calling in. Then it'll be like, and now back to Maze.
Funk Master Flex.
You don't like Funk Master Flex?
Okay.
Who you like, Ruthie? Who's your DJ?
Nobody.
DJ Keys from Kankakee.
DJ K such. I be doing such and such because I'm from Kankakee. Yeah, but everybody town do have like their own little local celebrity. Did y'all have your own little party DJ who was the guy who decided he was gonna be the DJ?
Of course.
It's funny though, because you think about like everybody watches TV across the world and somebody says, I'm gonna do that. And in your town, somebody be like, you ain't, don't nobody care about you. And then one day you be like, I'm famous now. And then you come back and they be like, we don't care. You still DJ such and such. I remember when your mama had a flat tire, you couldn't pay for it. Like, dude, I'm international now. That's okay, because you still, black folks be like, I'm going to remind you when you wasn't nothing. Ruthie.
Or it's more like, don't forget who you are.
Nah, black people be like, nigga, I knew you when you wasn't nothing. Ruthie Moore, it's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? Tell me something good, kid.
I won't be here next week either if I don't if I don't got a co-host. I'm not talking to myself like you, Maze.
I'm here though. We could talk.
I'm not talking to myself like Maze do. I can't do it. I don't even know how you do it. I'd be laughing.
I love me. It's like
I know you do.
It's like I be like, man, I be talking to myself like, dang,
you do it very well.
I'm pretty smart.
It's a skill.
It is a skill. It's a skill that
I have not practiced.
I've honed talking to myself because nobody wants to listen to me. So I talk to myself because there is no one to talk to. People ask me why I do. Y'all don't even know that.
No.
Y'all know that song?
No. Was it doo-wop?
Put Talk to Myself by Christopher Williams in there. They don't be knowing. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't be knowing. You don't know about talk. That was a jam.
What was it?
I talk to myself because there is no disco. Ruth, you know what, Ruthie? You be trying to diss mugs. See, I be seeing how you do evil.
What is it?
There you go. Turn it up, song. We ain't gonna get banned for that one because it's so old. You ain't know this?
It sound like Bobby Brown.
I talk to myself. There's no one to talk to.
Is this what Bobby
People
Brown got his
ask
song
me
from?
why I do what I do. I talk to myself
Same beat,
because
don't it sound
that's
Bobby Brown.
No, that is Christopher Williams.
That's Bobby Brown.
That's my prerogative.
Is that the same beat?
I remember when it came out though. When it came out, we said the same thing. But Christopher Williams, I think, came out first.
I think
but
Bobby
Brown,
he owe him some money.
Bobby Brown blew it up though. It was like, yeah, Christopher Williams. Bobby Brown came out with My Prerogative right after that. And Christopher Williams, that was the end of the light skin. Christopher Williams, that song you heard was the beginning of the end of the light people.
Dr. RG said it was a sample.
Wait, they must have sampled the same thing. You think he sampled Bobby Brown? I don't think he sampled
know which
Bobby
way it
Brown.
went.
I thought it was like one of them New Jack Swing joints that they. But okay, I look.
Sometimes different people may use the same beat. Like
Well, that's what you all would know because all the beats that you all use are the songs that we made.
No, I'm just saying. So like how Future and the dude named Black, they share like the same beat, but they, you know what I'm saying, like
because your generation doesn't make new music.
We definitely do, but it's okay.
You make music that was ours that y'all heard y'all parents playing, and you be like, ooh. Y'all heard Keith Sweating and y'all remix and be like, I came up with this at night one day. It's like, no, you heard it when your parents were making you. That's what happened.
Ugh.
When you were
Ew.
That's it though. The songs that your parents played in your subconscious that you was rocking in their belly and then you ain't even know.
Y'all music came from other stuff too, Maze.
No, it didn't, Ruthie.
Stop
we
playing.
started it all.
Oh my goodness.
You ain't know Puffy invented
the remix?
Definitely invented the remix.
Yeah, okay.
We do know that. We do know that now.
Because he told us.
Take that.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
The remix got you. The remake and the remix got you J-Lo. That's what got you J-Lo. Cause y'all remember when the video when they was in the desert and the black people was like,
I'm not letting you bait me in these last few minutes.
But you did give you J-Lo. That is the queen of black dance women.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I'm just saying, y'all hold J-Lo up.
I ain't taking the bait.
But y'all know y'all love J-Lo.
You know,
That's
the art of de-escalation is not to ever pick up the rope.
Not J-Lo instead of remember when Jamie Foxx said she was J-Lo? I remember when you was, hey ho. And now she back with Ben Affleck. She moved quick, don't she? She moved quick. Ruthie, you don't got nothing to say? I'm really working hard.
I ain't, nope.
Does anybody watch Run the World?
Nope.
You don't watch Run the World?
Never heard
Y'all
of
should
it.
watch Run the World. That's a good show. It's the black Sex in the City for this millennial.
What channel was on?
It's on Showtime. Let me get your login.
You still ain't gave me your login.
Your login. You watch it? Y'all watch it?
Maze, ain't nobody got
I'm
Showtime?
gonna go check it out.
It's on Stars.
Ain't nobody got Stars?
Yes, they do. Y'all watch the Book of Canaan, don't you?
Nope. I don't got
Ruthie,
Stars.
go on 1234.movies. You know, like I'm for real, and you can watch any show, like any.
Dang, now they gonna take it
They
off?
gonna take it off now.
Nah, bro, it's on there. It's on there.
That's what they
Trust
said
me.
about LimeWire.
Nah, it's on the
as they said about
Trust
Napster.
me, you can watch any like movie that's out in the
Okay.
show
1,
and
2, 3,
any
4.
yeah, like put in your Google like 1, 2, 3, 4 movies all together.
Man, right, and then when the Russians call you up, talk about some. So we saw you watching. Let me stop. Is it any movie in there, Reese?
Any movie.
Any movie, Reese? Like,
Any movie. I go there
Like
and watch
Reese.
The Last Dragon.
Nah, not that one. I'm not with it. Any
Nah,
movie.
it's not that. That's the other
What
site.
channel is that? What
That's
site
the
is
other
that?
site.
All right, we talk about it next week.
That's the
I
other-
want
we talk about that on
You know, I
Wednesday.
ever asked a question? Oh, okay. I'm gonna say something that's probably Ruthie. Like, look at the clock. I was just gonna say, when I went to Jamaica, they had a channel that was at the very, very end, and I found it offensive that in the channel everybody was pink. I do think this is just. I know this is different, but I do think that. Well, no, I'm not gonna say this. I'll be in trouble for real. But I just need to tell y'all, to the hotels, to all the people, if you gonna make a channel, it's black people in the world too. I just gotta say that. I was like, ew. It made me think of the promo that Toy did. You don't know what I'm talking about? Well, you have to check them out on Wednesday for that. Look, y'all, we are out of time. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I cannot get Ruthie to take the bait. I'm going to get her, though. Watch. I'm next. F them contracts. Watch. I'm going to get her next week, though. I'm going to come in and I'm going to say, no, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to work till next week to get a reaction out of Ruthie in the last 3 minutes. Because yesterday, the reaction in the last 3 minutes made Ruthie stay after the show longer than she done stayed the whole damn year. That was too funny. She was like, oh, no. And it's you. It's people like you, Maze Jackson, that take the contract. I was like, but Ruthie. Hey, y'all. So for Maze and Reese and Ruthie, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? Now, y'all know on Fridays we be talking smack, right? Good thing Todd ain't here. Todd didn't come this Friday because 2 Fridays ago, he made Fridays like he made the most epic Friday show ever after hours. Ruthie, we might have to go back and check that out and play that back because I got questions still. Hey, y'all, thank you to Joseph Williams. And, dang, I can't think of the brother's name. I just lost it. But I need for y'all to keep this sister in our thoughts, prayers, and hearts, and let's not let them besmirch her character. No sister should die. Nobody, black, white, Asian, Latino, pink, purple, brown, yellow, green, should die over a sandwich from Baba's at that. And if Baba's is still cracking this weekend, if you in the drive-thru, if you in the store and you black, shame on you. This is the Maze Jackson Show. So for Maze, Reese, and Ruthie, I am the host asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said, we out of here. Peace.